What is up, everybody? Welcome to night one of the 2025 NFL Draft. I feel like we've been talking about it forever, and we are finally here. There's already 400 or so of you in chat waiting to see what happens. Cam Ward probably going first to the old Titans. But after that, we'll see. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, going to be right there in the mix, probably in the reverse order. And then what surprises do we have happen from there? Are there going to be trades? Yeah, there are going to be. But who, when, how, and why? Can't wait to see how it all unfolds. And then, of course, obviously, lots of Chiefs fans in here. Can't wait to see what the Chiefs end up doing. Do they trade up? Do they stay put at 31? Do they trade out of round one completely, considering they only have about 12 to 14 true round one grades this year? If nobody is still available into the 20s that they have a true round one grade on, do they try to trade out? That's a great question, because there are some teams that are going to potentially want to be trading into round one, maybe from round two, that didn't want to take a quarterback super early. Talking about the Giants, talking about the Browns. I'm very intrigued to see how it all ends up playing out. We do have a special guest in here. I'll go to his camera here in a bit, but we have editor Troy. He's not even just an editor anymore. You do all kinds of stuff now. But he's one of the OGs. Used to edit all the Chiefs videos on here, but now he helps me run Cole Breaks the Huddle, my second channel. He helps do research, scripting, and edits. So he's the freaking man is what he is, to be honest with you. But he's over here. We're going to set up his camera in just a second. Are you actually ready now?
I just need to plug one thing in.
No, you're good. You're good. No rush. But how the heck are you guys doing? We have 850 people in here now. Daniel, thank you so much for the gifted, bro. Let's freaking go. Let me turn this down a little bit. Feels like a little hot. Marcus with the 5-bomb. I'd rather him be a little behind projected time. Yeah, the 6:45 stream, it's always approximate. I mean, guys, we're going to be streaming for like 4 hours, 4.5 hours. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We were setting up a couple things for Troy and then really just resting. We were trying to rest a little bit because it's not only streaming during the draft. I then I get to, but we're then going to make content after. We're going to do a video. We got to edit. We got to listen to the Chiefs post-draft presser. And it's going to be a very long night, to say the least, which is why I have a Celsius, which is why I have a Tank 7, which is why I have a garage beer and water. I have lots of water, too. I just chugged water with electrolytes before going live as well. But Marcus, thanks so much for the 5-bomb. Appreciate you. And the 2-bomb afterwards. Said Troy, let's freaking go. Heck yeah. Jennifer with the 2025. Roger Goodell is out on stage on a bicycle, and I don't understand why. I'm sure I'm missing some sort of context. He's out there on a bike. What is he doing? Oh, everybody's on bikes. Okay, and Lil Wayne is on a bike. He can barely ride. There has to be context. Do you understand the context, Troy? Okay. I bet you people in chat know. You're watching it live. What's up? At least he's not naked. Yeah. I'm glad he's not naked. Yeah. Yes. We don't really want that. Not really. I mean, it's probably not the best idea. Crowd is booing him per usual. Mateo with the membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, bro. Priscilla with the 2-bomb. Chiefs fan from Brazil. Let's go. The draft is starting. You know it's starting officially when Roger Goodell is getting his booed. He's getting all the way booed. You love the crowd booing him? Heck yeah. You already know. Let me go to NFL Draft Tracker. I'm going to open up Dane Brugler's draft guide as well, the Beast. Troy, obviously, when you're set up, you could get into that too. His draft guide? Maybe.
You have a power cord? Just a regular Mac for the laptop that I could use a charger.
Troy's asking for a power cord. I don't know.
Here?
Is your dock not working? What about for the iMac?
I couldn't figure it out.
Okay. Britt Lyons with the 31 months, the Redbeard tier. Holy smokes, 31 months is crazy. I have total faith in the Chiefs team. If not a true number one grade available, trade out for more picks, said Britt. I like that. We would accept it. Hippie with the 15 months. Colin Troy, thanks for all the hard work. Thank you. Thanks for the support, as always. It's always fun to be here. 1,200 people in chat. We back. The offseason's been a little dry. Not a lot of Chiefs fans have loved the offseason, at least portions of it, because of how the season ended. I get it. I watched the Super Bowl again the next day, and I was so full of pain, it was numb. It was just like a numbing pain, and I walked around like a zombie for like 2 weeks. I get it. Yeah, we back. Heck yeah, we back. Oh boy. I don't know what's being said from the stage right now. He said he just got off the phone with the president, but I don't know where that's going. The Browns received serious calls about the number 2 pick earlier this morning. He said the Bears still suck. That's hilarious. Yeah, the Bears could be trading out of their number 2 pick, but obviously that's to be determined. We'll see if that actually happens. I feel like Cam Ward is a lock at number 1. Cam Ward is a lock at number 1.
All right, I think I'm good.
Yeah? Cool. I got you muted. Give me a sec. Say hello.
What's up, guys?
Nope.
Okay.
Give me a second. Troy's ready, but I need to bring him in. Hold on. The Titans are officially on the clock. Try it again.
Hello?
No, sir. I might actually have to restart my audio interface, which is kind of annoying. Cam Ward is the first overall pick. Yeah, for sure. The Titans are officially on the clock. They have 9.5 minutes to go. They're taking Cam Ward. We already know that's going to happen. But the draft is officially here. Let's freaking go. Let's go.
What's the mic plugged into?
Mic's plugged into input 2 on my interface here.
But there's no other thing powering it? Okay.
Guys, give me 30 seconds. I'm literally just going to, I'm going to turn off my audio interface and turn it back on. We're going to be live forever. I'm going to be here, but that's what I'm going to have to do to properly get the second mic working. It's kind of a bug on my interface. Hold on. Actually, I think you can still hear me through my you can hear me through my AirPods. You're going to hear trash audio for a second. You're going to hear the difference between actual professional audio setup and using AirPods. And this is why I don't advocate using AirPods or any other device other than just a mic. Get a mic, get a USB mic, get something cheap. It doesn't have to be a super expensive mic or anything like that, but it does need to be something better than this, because this is bad. Yeah, you can hear me, but it's not good. It's not good. The Titans are on the clock. It's going to be Cam Ward, and then the questions from there is what's going to happen. Because the Browns have supposedly been fielding calls to trade down from the number 2 overall pick. All right, I'm going to switch now in a second here. Be able to switch. All right, so you should be able to hear me, I believe. You should be able to hear me. And then we'll check Troy in a second here. All right, I'm going to catch up here in just a second. Pepe said, did you work on your Samoan in the offseason? No. You're talking Kingsley Suamataia? No, I did not, but we're gonna butcher some names tonight. I'm just gonna preface that. All right, Troy, say hello.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh yeah,
We in? Let's go.
Troy's here.
What up? What's up, everybody? How we doing? Good to be here. Good to be in KC.
They can't see you, but you are here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Troy.
I'm up in here.
He's back.
Let's go, baby. There we go. All right. Good to be here, man. I'm stoked for the draft. Personally a Vikings fan. Curious to see what they do, but second team is the Chiefs, of course. So very curious to see what they do as well. It's going to be a great night.
Heck yeah, brother. Let's freaking go. Let me know if you can hear us all clearly. I believe you can. We should be good. Crimson, thank you for the membership. Bino with the 19 months. It's time, baby. Glad to be a part of the squad. Much love to you and your fam. Thank you so much, brother. Legend with the 5. If we traded for a current player from another team, who would it be and why? Realistically, what would work with the cap? Oh gosh, a trade for a current player like George Pickens or something like that. I mean, there's nothing in my eyes that like completely makes sense for the Chiefs unless it's a left tackle. Like, you're probably not getting a left tackle though. It's a great question. But I don't really know anybody realistic because you're going to have to give up quite a haul. Troy, while you figure your life out, I'm going solo. Troy getting his mic life figured out. Chiefs Kingdom with the 27 months. Thank you so much. If anybody has any ideas on who the Chiefs could trade for on draft night, let me know in the comments. I don't. The Chiefs need the picks. I just don't see them giving up anything crazy. All right, I think they officially selected Cam Ward. Unexpected, the word to define the year draft, especially in the top 10. After Titans pick at number 1, buckle up, it's getting fun. The Titans are on the phone with Cam Ward now. It's just about done. There we go. There is no surprises there. I mean, Cam Ward, it's not a super strong QB class, but he is QB1 of this draft class out of Miami, and he's a fun prospect. I'll be curious to see how he looks in the Titan system. I mean, he's not going to the greatest situation in the world, but they are trying to turn things around. I mean, his last year with Miami after transferring from Washington State, he threw 4,300 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 7 INTs. I mean, he's your QB1 of this draft for sure. Hooker Boots, thanks so much for the 5 gifted. Let's freaking go, man. Chiefs Kingdom with the 27 months. Chiefs Kingdom is ready. We all good over there?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Got a pretty interesting nugget here.
Okay.
So, Mary Kay Cabot,
So the Browns, yeah?
She is a beat writer for the Browns of Cleveland.com. She just said the Browns are in heated talks to trade down from number 2 with the Jaguars to number 5. When they're on the clock, I believe this will happen. That's a pretty strong, like that last sentence there, that's strong. So she thinks it's going to go down. The Jags, we could all presume, would take Travis Hunter at 2. And who knows?
They're not taking Genty at 2. It's either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter.
Yep. I'll be curious to see how much draft capital, if any players will be involved, just what the haul will be for the Jags to move up from 5 to 2.
Somebody said still on your AirPods? I mean, good God, I hope not.
No, it just happened. They did it. The Browns traded.
No way.
Yep. Oh, shoot. Here we go, dude.
Okay. So the Browns and the Jags have agreed to a blockbuster trade right here from Ian Rappaport to give Jacksonville the number 2 overall pick while Cleveland gets number 5 in a massive haul. Okay.
Wow.
So on Twitter, we already know they're just now announcing the first pick on the broadcast, but we already know the second pick. Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah, who did you say? Somebody said, was it Schefter, who said before the draft it was going to be an explosive night of moves and stuff. Well, he's right so far.
All right, Keno with the 2-bomb said, who do you think will be the top 3 picks? So yeah, Cam Ward at 1. I don't think it matters to me who is picking, even with this trade. It's got to be Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. If you're the Jags trading up from 5 to 2, you have Josh Hines-Allen. You have a couple other guys. Let me look at the Jags draft IQ and just kind of see.
If Travis Hunter is the move there at 2,
yeah,
Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. combined is nasty in the best way possible.
Yeah. It's got to be Travis Hunter. Has to be, right? What do you guys think? Goodell getting booed? Yeah. So the top 3 for sure is going to be Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter after Cam Ward, who was just officially selected. So that's top 3 for sure. Marcus with the 5. It's draft day. Heck freaking yeah. Cole, do what you got to do. Troy in the house. Heck yeah, we got it. Yeah, it's funny. We had everything. You want some context? We had everything set up. We went upstairs, like just chilled for a bit. I took Casey out, all that stuff before. We came down and half of the stuff over here wasn't working and we had no idea why. So it took a minute, but we good.
Somebody broke in and messed with it all. I think that's what happened.
Somebody broke in?
Yeah, I was a Raiders fan. Broke in and messed with everything.
I don't think so, dude. They can't get it. They can't get into this house. They're unworthy. They would actually get struck down at the front door. With tonight's trade, the Browns are now armed to select a quarterback in this or next year's draft. Are they currently... Okay, wait. Do we get the details of the trade? Okay, here we go. We got the details. Browns trade 104 overall, 200 overall to the Jags for 36, 126, and a first rounder in 2026. The Browns could take a quarterback maybe next year.
Wow.
If they don't want to take somebody this year.
The Browns have so much draft ammo now to move back into the back end of the first round. They could stay, pick somebody at 5, best player available, whoever that may be. But now they have 33 and 36 in the second round at the top of the second. So that's a lot of ammo to move back into the first. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm adjusting a couple things here. Okay, I think we're good. Crazy. So the Browns are on the clock. No, the Jags are on the clock. They traded up. I wonder if ESPN Draft Tracker would be a little bit faster. What's the most up to date? That's what I want to see. Looks like ESPN is actually going to be more up to date, which is interesting. All right. We got that ready. Who are they drafting? We don't know yet. We're scrubbing Twitter. Troy and I will kind of go back and forth. Yeah, so the Jags just traded up from 5 to 2. Okay. And they're in return, the Browns are getting the 5th pick, the 36th pick, 136th pick, and a 2026 first. That's insane.
Dang.
Why are you trading all that? What are you doing? That's crazy. They must really believe it's either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Nobody else. That doesn't make any sense if it's anybody else.
I would love for them to just throw a curveball and have it be Ashton Genty, but that's probably not happening.
Troy, you got to talk aggressive.
I got you. I was saying...
we heard you. You're just quieter. You're just quieter. But yeah, just...
How about the 15-year-old GM making his first big swing? James Gladstone, the new GM of the Jaguars.
Yeah, he's like my age, but he definitely looks 10 years younger. Greetings from Germany, said Ken with the 5, just joined in, who was picked number 1. Cam Ward was picked number 1. No surprises there. Sean Peterson with the 5 gifted. Let's go. Okay, the pick is in. Da-na-na-na. The Jags are taking Colorado wide receiver / cornerback hybrid Travis Hunter. The Heisman Trophy winner is going to the Jags. I do love that for them. The Browns got a lot of capital out of that. So with the Browns at 5, everybody's been mocking Travis Hunter to the Browns. What are they going to do? That's the question. We've already had a big shakeup here.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I know we talked in a video on Cole Breaks the Huddle about the possibility of the Browns taking Travis Hunter at 2 and then trading back into the first round to get Shedeur Sanders and like pair the two up. Obviously, that's not going to happen anymore.
No, not at all. Yeah, they did give up a little bit of a lot. He said they seem to give up a lot. I said a little bit of a lot is insane. Okay. Yep, shake up already. Let's see if we got any more going down on the old X machine here. That's crazy. You've already had a trade from number 2 to number 5, and trades are just starting, said Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports. Caleb James, he's a guy I follow on X. He does draft analyst stuff with Arrowhead Pride, but he said that is the most intelligent things the Browns have done in a long time. Braden with the 5 gifted as well, man. Let's freaking go, guys. And saying that the Jags gave up that much draft capital, but Hunter should be able to play both sides of the ball there easily. Yeah, I don't think Hunter plays a lot of snaps on both sides, right? I mean, I don't know. I would assume primarily receiver and then a little bit of packages here and there.
Yeah.
On defense.
That seems to be like the consensus thought, is that he's going to specialize on one side of the ball and then come in like certain packages.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Sean with the 24 months is draft night, hoping for a fall, and we get defensive tackle Walter Nolan. Heck yeah, that'd be fire. Howdy, fam. I think he's going to go early. We'll see, though. Marcus with the 5 gifted after Braden and Sean's 5 gifted, and Terry with the gifted as well. The gifteds are coming in hot. Cool, I like Travis Hunter, but I think if he plays both sides, he won't be that good. It's the NFL, man, so you got to be strategic. You can't have that guy out there all the time. It's just not smart. But he'll be out there in some niche packages. The question is, do they see him primarily as a wide receiver or a corner? And then which side do they play him a little bit on? I would assume receiver and then a little bit on defense, but we'll see. Walter Nolan is most likely a top 10 pick. If not, he's going to get picked by the Niners. I've seen him mocked a lot to the Niners at 11. Definitely seen that. Trades are just starting, huh? Okay.
Wow, so Travis Hunter, depending on how you view him, if he's a wide receiver, he's the highest drafted receiver since Calvin Johnson in 2007. And if you'd call him a cornerback, he's the highest drafted cornerback of all time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, man. This is fun. Wait, we have another trade? Or is this old? Oh, the broadcast is so behind. No, we already know they traded. We already know this. Flip with the 5 brand. Cole, y'all able to add the moving captions to the bottom of the screen again? Probably not. But I can frequently go to this and we can look. Because we got Cam Ward at 1. Then obviously Travis Hunter at 2. And now the Giants are on the clock. So we'll go to this screen quite a bit, but I don't have, probably won't do the ticker this year. That's okay, because we'll be bouncing back and forth between this quite a bit. Hey, get down. My dog's probably like, why did you just say that? The way I phrase things now, since I have a dog, I just give like, even to my daughters, it sounds bad, but I'm just so used to giving commands to the dog. It's just like similar commands come out for people. Or just how I talk. Broadcast announced trade right after you did. Well, they just announced who it was on the broadcast. And we've known it was Travis Hunter for like 5 minutes. So they're a little bit behind. All right, what do we got going on here? Jags announced Hunter as a wide receiver and a cornerback. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Man, so again, to recap that, here, Browns traded the number 2 pick, a 4th round pick, and a 6th to the Jags. The Jags traded the number 5, a 2nd round, a 4th round, and their 2026 first round to the Browns. First trade of the 2025 NFL Draft is a blockbuster. Who you going to call? Blockbuster. No, I don't
They
think
ain't
so.
answering. I don't think they're going to answer.
I don't think so either. Randy with the 29 months. Hey, fam, let's nail this draft. Come on. Come on now. Let's see how this board falls. Kids need to be told to sit often. Yeah. Sit. Be quiet. Please stop. Like, there's all these phrases. Give the stream a thumbs up, said D-Bot. Heck yeah, dude. Appreciate that. R.I.P. Blockbuster. Bro, rest in peace. Blockbuster was my childhood. Used to go there on the weekends. Used to go there on the weekends and so stoked to rent a game. I just wanted to rent a game.
Heck yeah. I miss those days, man. When Netflix would I remember a buddy of mine had a Netflix subscription when they would mail you DVDs. Crazy times.
Yeah, Netflix is an example of if you don't adapt, you die. Because they adapted.
Definitely. They're thriving.
So again, Cam Ward at number 1. The Jags traded up from 5 to 2 with the Browns for Travis Hunter at number 2, and the Giants are currently on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. You staying glued to Twitter or X?
Yes, sir. A refresh machine.
I try to say X. It's just Twitter is out of habit.
It's ingrained in us, bro.
I still have people in my comments. It's X now. I freaking know. It's habit, dude. It's like if my dog's name's Casey, if just for 50, she's not that old, but for 50 years you call her Casey and then you switch the dog's name to Steve. I'm not going to always get it right. It's just not going to happen.
Pick is in for the Giants.
Ooh, we got the pick. What do we got?
Don't know who it is yet, but the pick is in. On NFL.com, it says the pick is in. So any second here, we should be seeing something.
No, we got him. And
Got
it
him?
makes sense.
Who is it?
Jordan Schultz. Number 3 pick is in. The Giants have selected Penn State pass rusher Abdul Carter. One of the few, in my opinion, blue chip prospects of this draft. He's that good. Had a pretty fantastic 2024 season battling a foot injury for quite a bit of that season. I mean, this guy, depending on who you ask, what you look for, he is a top 2, top 3 prospect in this draft out of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, going to be interesting. I saw a report floated out earlier that with the Giants taking Abdul Carter at 3, at least that's kind of the thought. Everybody expected them to do that. So now do they trade Kayvon Thibodeau and use him as bait to get back into the first round and take a QB? There were some reports that Brian Daboll is super high on Jackson Dart. So we'll see if he falls, if he's still available late in the first. But yeah, going to be interesting with a lot of these teams to see if they trade back into the first round.
Bro, Dane Brugler's draft guide.
Yep.
It's airing out.
Oh, no. Overloaded.
Yep. Server error. Sorry,
Oh.
we seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Aren't we all?
That's The Athletic. NewYorkTimes.com is flooded. You can't even check his draft guide. That's crazy.
Dang.
There is a way. I paid for it. How do you get the PDF version? Because there's a PDF version as well. I didn't ever think. I didn't ever think that it was going to be unavailable during the draft. So that's really unfortunate, actually. Hopefully they can get that fixed, but I am not super confident about that right now. If anybody is out there who the heck is Dane Brugler and why do you keep mentioning him? He's one of the just biggest voices in the draft analyst realm. He works for The Athletic, and he does top-notch quality study and analysis on the draft every single year. What do you think KC will do? Yeah, great question, because we have 29 picks to find out, and we really need to see how the board falls. I mean, obviously, they need a tackle. If you can trade up and get a left tackle, great, do it. But that's easier said than done. Julia said Josh Simmons. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he's available. We'll see if he's there.
Bro, check this out. From Diner Rossini, the Cleveland Browns are taking calls from teams interested in the number 5 pick. I'm told they're open to moving down again.
What?
They're just trying to get all the future picks.
Well, the reality is Deshaun Watson royally screwed them.
Yeah.
So they gave up everything for him. They're not only cash strapped, but all those picks are gone, and he sucks. Ruptured his Achilles. I mean, I don't mean to speak like super blunt there, but he did not play well. He ruptured his Achilles again. You're hamstrung by his contract. It's a fully guaranteed $230 million contract, and you need picks. How do you offset the inability to get out of a disastrous contract like that? You draft as many players as you can and have them on young rookie deals. That's how you overcome that. So if they actually trade back again, that's going to be crazy. To recap, Cam Ward so far, first overall. The Jags traded up from 5-2 with the Browns for Travis Hunter. The Giants took Abdul Carter. And right now, the Patriots are on the clock. The Patriots are on the clock. We've got plenty of time here to see what ends up happening. We going to pick Connerly, huh? Maybe. Josh Connerly Jr. Did we improve? Are we going to win the chip now? Who? You're talking about the Chiefs? I mean, I hope so. We don't know if they improved through the draft.
What are we thinking for the Patriots at 4 here? Pick is in, according to NFL.com.
Oh, yeah.
Expect it to be...
Probably an O-lineman.
Yeah,
would be my guess.
Will Campbell is kind of viewed as like the top. He played tackle in college, but arm length is a question mark. Got shorter arms, so some people think he'd be better at guard. But yeah, got to protect Drake May for sure.
Yeah, I've seen I guess Mason Graham's not out of the equation either.
Yeah. Yeah, they were a team that went absolutely crazy in free agency. Like Milton Williams, I'm trying to think. I think, is it Robert Spillane? I want to say they got another cornerback too, but they were giving out bags. They had the most cap space going into free agency, and they definitely utilized it.
Trying to see if there's any other draft updates. I'm not seeing it. Adam Schefter just tweeted. What did he say? Nah, they're all behind right now. I could be tweaking, but I just had deja vu. Tell me why the Chiefs are finna trade up with New England. When's the last time they did that? Who did they do that for? They traded with the Patriots a couple times a couple years ago. Is that how they traded with the Patriots for Trent McDuffie? Could be right. They traded back with the Patriots to get Sky Moore. I remember that. Remember that for sure.
Pick is in. The Patriots have selected LSU tackle Will Campbell.
Okay. Yep. Will Campbell is the guy that's basically been mocked to the Chiefs all the time. Not to the Chiefs, to the Patriots. Sorry. Somebody just was talking about the Chiefs trading back with the Patriots again. But yeah, this is a guy that has been mocked to the Patriots in almost every single mock draft. I mean, he's the best tackle in the draft. He checks all the boxes. And you, again, need to protect Drake May. It was an issue last year. And we've already seen it, guys, time and time again. Trenches win championships. I mean, what did the Eagles just do? Dominated in the trenches. That is what they do. And you have your quarterback in Drake May. You need to protect him. It's as simple as that. Don't overthink the pick. And there you go.
Yeah, 100%. I did see some speculation like they could go Genty at 4, but like everything you just said is spot on. It always made more sense. Got to protect your franchise QB before you add. That's like a luxury to have a elite running back, you know? Like build the trenches first and then go from there.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of an elite running back if you can't block him?
Exactly.
Block for him, rather.
Right. So now the Browns are back on the clock. Let's see if they pick here or if they trade it. Is this where we see the second QB come off the board?
No.
Is it Shador right here?
No. Right?
I don't know, dude.
Since they traded back and they have some extra picks, I mean, I guess you could.
It wouldn't even shock me. It wouldn't shock me if they took Genty at 5. I'm not saying they should. I feel like it would be a very Browns thing to do. Nick Chubb, unrestricted free agent. So could be.
That's possible. I mean, if you're looking at the board on who's still available and the best remaining, I mean, Ashton Genty is going to be right up there.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty, Mason Graham. That'd be kind of nasty. Mason Graham alongside Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad. We're probably going to find out in the next couple of minutes here on Twitter, I would assume. The Browns are back on the clock now at the 5th overall after trading back with the Jags. Man. So who got Abdul Carter?
The Giants.
So the Giants got Abdul Carter. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter. That's a nice little D-line. Brand, thanks so much for the 5. Did you ever buy that step stool for you? I did not. Hey, everyone. Thanks for the stream, Cole. Heck yeah. Wing, guess what's up? Genty to the Raiders would suck. I know I like Genty a lot. They pick at 6. We'll see.
Yeah, it feels like if Genty doesn't go here at 5, he's going to the Raiders, but who knows?
Man, I'm so bummed that Brugler's draft guide is down. Everybody is probably trying to access it, and it's just overloading the server, which is a bummer. But here you go. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. Then Will Campbell, right, was number 4.
Yep.
They're behind on this.
Yep, we got number 5.
Oh, we got number 5?
The Cleveland Browns have selected Michigan defensive tackle Mason Graham.
Heck
for
yeah.
Jordan Schultz.
Yeah. That absolutely works.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Browns taking Michigan defensive tackle Mason Graham at number 5 overall after trading back out of pick 2 that everybody thought was going to be Travis Hunter. And so there you go. You've got number 5. Mason Graham to the Browns. Quality pick.
Yeah, I like it for him, for sure. Combine him. They just extended Myles Garrett. So you got those two together for the next at least 3-4 years. Barring something crazy happening.
No, heck yeah. Let's see. So the Browns just picked at 5. The Raiders are at 6. If the Raiders don't pick Ashton Genty, I will be shocked. I will be pretty shocked. I mean, he's been mocked to the Raiders in every single mock draft that I've seen, basically. Let's see. The Raiders have lost. Look at something in the draft.
Who are their running backs? Because
They lost Gardner Minshew, man. It's over.
Yeah. The dynasty. It's done.
I mean, if you just Google, one of the things we could do here pretty easily, just Google Raiders depth chart and ESPN pops it up. They need running back help. They have Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, they kind of like traded with the Dolphins. Not really, but like, yeah.
Because they got Madison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's Zamir White and Raheem Mostert, which neither of those guys are a number 1 back. Raheem Mostert was in his heyday, but he's about 4,000 years old now.
Somebody said massive delay. You guys are 2 full picks ahead of the telly. Yeah, we do. I mean, if you don't want the picks in advance, you probably shouldn't be in here. Or pause us. You can pause us for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but we are reacting in real time before the broadcast, just using Twitter, X. Yeah, heck yeah. Will Campbell to the Patriots at 4. Mason Graham at 5 to the Browns. Did I say it right?
Yep. Will Campbell 4 to the Pats.
Yeah.
Mason Graham to the Browns.
Heck yeah.
Bro, I saw a report earlier. I mean, it's smokescreen season, so it's like there's reports galore out there. But I saw that Breece Hall could potentially be made available from the Jets.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would be an interesting move.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And maybe it's a case where if Genty falls them, they take Genty at 7, trade Brees Hall. But that seems like a long shot. I think we're in agreement. The Raiders are probably going Genty here.
I mean, it makes sense, man. Ashton Genty is the real deal, RB1 of this draft class. Again, one of those few players that you're like, yeah, makes complete sense. And for the Raiders, a division rival with the Chiefs, obviously not a big fan of them. I don't want them to succeed, but you got Brock Bowers last year. You get Ashton Genty this year. You have Geno Smith. Okay. He's okay, right? You have Pete Carroll, better coaching. We just see what better coaching does for a team.
Yeah.
Who's the example? The Chargers. The Chargers won 5 games. Harbaugh came in, took them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Basically the same roster. So don't overthink it if you're the Raiders. I'm taking Ashton Genty. Let's see. Do we got it in? Raiders are on the clock with the 6th overall. I'm going to be so sad if Genty goes to the Raiders. He's my favorite player, and I'm a Chiefs fan. It's kind of like Brock Bowers. Like, I just like Brock Bowers a lot. I tweeted out recently, like, I feel like I think of that guy like once a week. If you're just thinking about football,
yeah,
and people who had like a great 2024 season, Brock Bowers is up there. Greatest rookie tight end season of all time. And he's on the Raiders.
It's a dog.
There's a few Raiders that I respect. Brock Bowers, Max Crosby. And then if they get Ashton Genty, the same. NFL doesn't even have the Browns pick listed yet. No, they do not. We are ahead of the curve here. It just now is saying the pick is in. But here's the 5. I'll show you. Actually, I thought somebody just posted the 5 picks. I mean, it's just everybody minus Mason Graham, which I could show you. Show you this. What the heck? Can I okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Will Campbell to the Patriots, Mason Graham to the Browns, and the Raiders are on the clock. Most likely taking Ashton Genty would be my guess.
This is random, but did you see that video of Genty dunking?
No.
He's like 5'9" and just cleared the rim with ease.
Crazy.
Just a freak.
Somebody said, who on X is giving you the picks? Just various people that are there. So, I mean, we've seen Jordan Schultz do it. I don't think any of the NFL insiders can do it. Boom. Done. In lock. The Raiders have selected Boise State running back Ashton Genty per sources. Number 6. Overall, RB1 of this draft class. It's a good pick for the Raiders, man. Son of a gun.
What a makeover in one offseason. I know you just went through all the changes, but
Just went through a few.
Crazy.
Went through a few. But yeah, I mean, the AFC West is arguably one of the most competitive divisions in football now. I mean, your division over there in the NFC is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Lions, Vikings.
Yeah, the Bears are looking scary now.
Bears are looking better, and then Packers. Yeah. Crazy. So Ashton Genty is number 6, as most people have mocked him time and time again. You have Raheem Mostert, but that's not enough. And Raheem Mostert's 30,000 years old. He's 31, which is old for a running back.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a lot. That's a lot of wear and tear on your body if you're looking at positions and who can play long at a high quality level. Running back is like about that age of 30. It's like, whoop, start to dip.
Yeah. I know Raheem Mostert missed some games last year with some injuries as well. So he's a solid vet, though. He'll be a good vet, like having the rotation.
Pepe said, so I guess this means Hampton is going to the Broncos? Possibly. I think you could probably argue they need a wide receiver. Can you rule out tight end? They just signed a tight end to a couple-year deal, didn't they? The Broncos.
Evan Ingram, right?
Yeah,
Jags,
Evan Ingram. Yeah, so I don't know that... I don't think a tight end makes sense, but for the Broncos, you couldn't rule out wide receiver. See, they added... I mean, their defense is crazy. Talanoa, Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, and then they got Trent Sherfield. Okay, but Evan Ingram as well.
Hey, don't hate on Trent Sherfield. The former Viking.
Yeah, dude.
A great blocking wide receiver.
Viking legend.
Viking legend, bro.
All right, so here's all the picks minus the Raiders. I don't know why this keeps doing this. Somebody said use an ad blocker. Dude, when you do that, it slows the websites down so bad. It's like unloadable, unusable. Cam Ward, first overall to the Titans. Travis Hunter, second overall, not to the Browns, but to the Jags as they traded up with the Browns. Abdul Carter went 3 overall to the Giants. Will Campbell, offensive tackle out of LSU, went 4th overall to the Patriots. And then Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan, to the Browns, who traded back, remember, from number 2. Then the Raiders are selecting Ashton Jeanty, RB1 of this draft class, and the Jets are on the clock, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see who the next running back is going to be. Because I've seen
it's Hampton.
I've seen Hampton. I've seen Travion Henderson. I feel like those are the two, just depending on scheme fit, what team is taking them and targeting them. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's kind of like a couple years ago when Bijan Robinson was like the clear-cut RB1, and he went, I want to say, top 10 to the Falcons. And then it was like, okay, when is the next running back going to go? And Jahmyr Gibbs was not that far after.
Yeah.
To the Lions.
Jordan Schultz said Pete Carroll gets a new Marshawn Lynch Beast Mode 2.0.
Let's go.
I mean, let's just slow down a little bit, but I do love some Marshawn Lynch, man. The draft is moving decent, not a long time between picks. Oh, don't worry. Be happy. They're going to milk it. Don't you worry about a thing.
It does feel like we're moving pretty quick, though.
We're at pick 6, and it's been 45 minutes. Is that good?
I don't know.
We got to get to 32. We got to get to 32. Oh, man. Wait, when did it start? It started at 7. If all the decent tackles are gone, wouldn't be opposed to Burden or Henderson. Travion Henderson or Luther Burden III for the Chiefs at 31. Veach said running back wasn't the deepest position in the draft. That must be a typo because he said it was the deepest position in the draft, and then defensive tackle would have been next. Or he said D-line, particularly edge. They like a lot of people on the end, defensive ends. The Raiders make every mock draft come true. They take Ashton Jeanty at 6. Yeah, it's funny. All the NFL insiders, Troy, they can't say it in advance. So if you work for NFL Network, none of the guys can say it in advance, but you have Jordan Schultz has been doing them all early. Jordan Schultz has been doing them early. The Jets are on the clock right now at number 7, by the way. I don't know who else has been announcing them early, but Jordan Schultz has been.
Yeah, he's been
he's been doing them all.
Yeah, I wonder if Schefter can't either. Yeah. I don't know.
Check Schefter. Works. I mean,
Schefter has been breaking them early.
Has he?
I feel like I've just been seeing Schultz.
Jordan Schultz is the last lone hero. It's got to be somebody else. Ari Mirov has been tweeting some stuff, but is he just aggregating it from somebody? That's the question. I'm not sure. Veach said there's a few stud corners he would like to get. Yeah, he said value for cornerback this year. The Beast is back up. Somebody, Alex just tweeted us. Ooh, the Beast is back.
Let's go.
Back again. This is what we see, ladies and gentlemen. When you look at the Beast, you can sort by position. You could go to the top 100. Okay, never mind. Application error.
Oh,
it's not back. No. Man, I was so excited to show y'all. Maybe we could search for a player. Since Ashton Jeanty just got drafted, let's see if we can load his page. Okay, so we can load his page. So this is what you see. You get a whole bio. You get it, whatever he did at for his testing at the combine, which he barely did anything, which is fine. You got a list of strengths, a list of weaknesses, his background, even more in depth, and then you get his stats. But dude, Ashton Jeanty, man, if you look at his 2023 season, is pretty insane out of the backfield as a pass catcher. 43 receptions for 569 yards and 5 touchdowns. Obviously, he had an incredible 2024 season on the ground. 2,600 yards,
Unreal.
29 touchdowns.
He was like 27 or 28 yards from breaking Barry Sanders' college record. Yeah.
Absolutely nuts. Unreal. All right, we got a bunch of tweets. Okay. We got number 7. You guys want to know it? Jordan Schultz back again, baby. Number 7 pick is in. The Jets have selected offensive tackle out of Missouri, Armand Mimbu.
Okay.
Yep, he's a local guy. Super happy for him. I mean, obviously he played for MU, but I think he's local. I'm almost positive he's local to the KC area, which is pretty cool, man. I'm always rooting for people in the city. Like, I'm born and raised in the KC area myself. So let me look up. I could be. Am I wrong? Where's he from? No, he's from Lee Summit. No, I'm not wrong. It's there's another guy. Ursery is from Ruskin Heights area, I believe, from KCMO. But Armand Mimbu is actually from Lee Summit, Missouri, where I live now. So that's pretty cool, man. 3-year starter at Missouri. The Jets are shoring up that line. Sure wish the Chiefs could have got Mimbu. Good God almighty. Not going to happen when you're... It's champagne problems, Troy. I know you wouldn't mind having them. Meaning just you're making these deep, deep playoff runs, and because of that, you have to draft at the end of these rounds.
Yeah.
Patriots making a mistake taking Campbell over Mimbu. You think so, Curry? I mean, yeah, depending on who you asked. Some people said, hey, Mimbu is my tackle 1. On Dane Brugler's draft guide, he had it Will Campbell, Armand Mimbu. But it just kind of depends on who you asked. What you were looking for. And some of it could be a little scheme dependent. Maybe this particular team, they scout slightly different and they want a certain skill that stands out a little bit more for their system. When it comes to all the specific team stuff, it gets really into the weeds there on what they're looking for. And we don't know. We don't know what their scouts are looking for super in particular. We don't even know what their draft board looks like on these teams.
Yeah, and especially when you're a team that is coming off. I mean, the Jets have had very little success in recent years. And so for them, it's like you have so many holes on your roster. Obviously, they needed a tackle, but best player available. It's hard to go wrong with best player available.
Somebody said I'm a big fat Chiefs fan. I think they're just saying they're a big Chiefs fan, but I was like, hey, man, easy. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. We're chilling. We're chilling over here, okay?
Bro, this is kind of interesting.
What?
So, Giants GM Joe Shane said that they're picking up Kayvon Thibodeau's 5th-year option and keeping him in New York. He said you can never have too many pass rushers, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
But with them taking not Brian Burns, that's who they already have, Abdul Carter at 3, a lot of people thought they would trade Kayvon Thibodeau, but he's sticking around.
I mean, look at the Eagles, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Just keep the weapons in the trenches. It don't matter. Stack them up. You can never have too many. And I think what another aspect of the game is like injuries, man. Look at Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, just you never know what the heck's going to happen. Look, if you want to just talk Chiefs injuries, I mean, Pacheco out most of the season. Hollywood Brown, first snap of preseason. Rashee Rice, week 3, out for the season. Jalen Watson broke his ankle. He was out for most of the season. I mean, you just never know when injuries can hit. So stack them up, baby. Have that depth, have the monsters, because there's going to be times when you're going to need to lean on those guys and pull from the depth. So can never have enough. Again, the last few picks have been Mason Graham to the Browns, Ashton Genty to the Raiders. The Jets just selected offensive tackle Armand Mimbu, and the Panthers are on the clock. Ooh, who are the Panthers going to take, huh? Top needs, cornerback, wide receiver, defensive lineman. I mean, you got Bryce Young. You've got is the old guy, the old savvy vet, Thielen, he's still there?
He sure is. I think he's 34, 35 now.
What's the dude with the drawl? He's on there.
Oh yeah, Xavier Legette.
Yeah, Legette,
man.
yep.
They
Dude,
gotta-
he
yeah.
needs a podcast if he doesn't have one ASAP, please.
With subtitles.
With subtitles. That stuff is so funny when they're like, what did he say? What did he say? Who is it? Adam Thielen said he has to translate in the wide receiver meeting
Yeah.
room for him.
It's so funny. Yeah, Thielen said that he's the only one in the receiver room that can understand him, so he translates for everybody else.
That's great. That is absolutely fantastic. He's just got that thick drawl, man. All right, so I'm just looking at the Panthers and what some of their needs are. I mean, they've been mocked a lot to linebacker Jalen Walker, Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart, Tet McMillan, Jahdae Barron, Walter Nolan. Troy, my voice
Yeah.
just cracked because I'm scared. I'm just kidding. I have to pee like a Russian racehorse, brother.
Yep, I'm gonna hold it down.
Yeah, you
guys
hold
are-
it down.
you
I hit
guys
the
are
wrong
stuck.
button.
You guys are stuck with me now.
There you are. You're solo, dolo, brother. Be right
Let's
back.
go. All right, I'm gonna check out chat. How we doing, guys? How we feeling? We are inching closer and closer to the Chiefs pick. What if as Cole's in the bathroom, the Chiefs trade up for number 8 and take Tet McMillan? But yeah, the Panthers have been mocked to a lot of different. Yeah, they've definitely been mocked to a lot of different guys, a lot of different connections there. I've also seen a lot of reports tonight they could potentially trade down. They're obviously still a rebuilding team, and you can never have too many draft picks. So that wouldn't shock me if they traded down. Not even saying it's completely out of the first round entirely, but maybe they slide back, similar to how the Browns just went from 2 to 5. Maybe it's a similar path for the Panthers. Could pick up maybe like a 2026 second round pick, something like that. Especially when you have so many holes, it's like if you can pick up more draft capital, you know, that's always a smart thing to do. So yeah, we'll see what the Panthers do here. And the man, the myth, the legend is back.
You're good. Carry
Back
on.
in the flesh.
I'm going to have a seat. I'm going to have a seat,
Oh,
man.
shoot. Okay, so the Panthers, they're taking Tet McMillan.
Ooh.
Okay, so the second receiver off the board after Travis Hunter.
Dude,
Interesting. All right.
I think I lost some height, dude. Give me a second.
Honey, I Shrunk the HBTC guy.
Nah, I just wanted to sit. It's been long enough. Okay, so Tet McMillan off the board.
Tet McMillan. Panthers at 8.
I mean, they needed wide receiver. It makes sense.
Yeah.
When was why am I blanking on his name? The wide receiver with the drawl. I hate
Xavier
this.
Legette.
Thank you, Legette. Was Legette a second rounder?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was a pretty high second round pick last
The guy
year.
with the drawl. Come on, Cole. Come on, do better.
But yeah, I mean, Adam Thielen, obviously aging player, has 1 or 2 years left. Like his days of being a top receiver are behind him. Xavier Legette didn't have the greatest rookie season last year. Showed some flashes at times. I feel like he's kind of more of like not a Deebo Samuel, but kind of like a gimmicky type player, like just really athletic from the line of scrimmage. But yeah, Tet McMillan is like a true outside receiver, potentially Bryce Young's go-to guy for the foreseeable future.
6'4", 219 pounds.
Big dude. I saw Mike Evans
Beast.
kind of as his comp.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on most people's boards, he was wide receiver 1. I've seen some people say, nah, they actually have Luther Burden, sometimes Matthew Golden, Egbuka. I mean, it's really team need specific. How are you going to use the guy and what do you need?
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs right now, I would argue they need an outside receiver, but Luther Burden, if he's available, he primarily plays out of the slot. They could figure out a way to make that work. Let's see. McMillan, yeah?
Yep.
1,300 receiving yards last year, 8 touchdowns. But the year prior, 1,400 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns. So he's coming off a back-to-back 1,300-yard seasons, 18 touchdowns combined, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's a monster. And now the focus shifts to New Orleans at number 9. And with Derek Carr, with that shoulder injury, potentially missing the entire 2025 season.
They better not take a quarterback here.
Could
That's
be Jackson
insane.
Dart.
Nah.
Could be Jackson Dart.
At number 9? If they take Jackson Dart at number 9, I will chug this tank 7, brother. I will completely down this in about 10 seconds.
I'll chug this entire 225 milligrams of caffeine cold brew coffee.
God, I really hope they don't take Dart now that I said that. Sending positive vibes your way. What's up with Bam? Who do the Saints get? I don't think we have the answer yet. They're on the clock, though. Let's see. Not in yet, but the Saints are on the clock at 9th overall here. I'll go to the screen share so you can see. So you had Armand Mimbu go 7th to the Jets. But then you had Tet McMillan go 8th overall to the Panthers. I do like that for them. Dude, I'm kind of rooting for Bryce Young, man. I really hope he continues looking like he did in the back half of last year.
Yeah.
Like he was started out. Do you remember he started out? He either got benched or he started benched.
Yeah, I think he started the season out and then got benched for Andy Dalton.
Yeah, after like 2 or 3 weeks.
Andy Dalton had a thumb injury, I believe, or something with his hand, and then Bryce Young came in and played well. Yeah, played relatively well. Even got a couple dubs.
I mean, I don't know how he can see over his line. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", but that's obviously, I'm just joking, guys. But somebody, Sabu with the 2 bomb. Marcus said, where's Pretty Ricky with the 2? I don't know. We need to go check his account. Sabu with the 2 said, Mizzou makes NFL players and KU makes XFL players. You guys can fight about that in the comments, okay? You guys can fight about that one in the comments. I'm going to leave that alone. It gets really heated. Between MU and KU fans. K-State too. All right, so we're waiting to see what the Saints do. They do need, I mean, a quarterback's on the list, but dude, I don't see anybody worth taking at. I mean, Michael Williams has been mocked to them a lot. Linebacker Jalen Walker, Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren makes sense. Tight end. Yeah. Tight end 1 of the draft. I mean,
I think they just extended Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, but
he's
didn't they move on from their longtime Swiss Army knife?
Taysom Hill?
Is he still on the roster?
I think he is. I think he was just kind of injured. Had some injuries last year.
Okay.
Let me verify that though.
He was really banged up last year. He's getting older too. He's like 34.
Yeah. The Saints,
pretty old guy.
They had like the season from hell last year. Because remember they started out like 3-0 and their offense was number 1 in the league.
Yeah, they were putting up like 40 points a game.
It was absurd. And then they just nosedived. Derek Carr injury, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. Like everybody was dropping.
Oh, here you go. Here's a list of the Panthers offense while we're talking about their pick of McMillan.
Okay.
You got Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle, Tet McMillan, Xavier Legette, Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker, Jatavion Sanders, Tommy Tremble. I mean, that's not a bad offense. It's not a bad offense at all. Now, who's next? We got somebody next. Come on.
Bro, I'm still bummed about Jonathan Brooks. I think he's the 2nd round pick from last year.
Well, he need to tear his ACL again?
Yeah, because he tore his ACL his final year of college and then it recovered.
Saints pick is in. But finish your story, but the pick is in and the Bears are on the clock. I'm going to go find who the pick was.
But yeah, anyways, that dude tore his ACL again. Very sad. Okay. What do we got?
I agree.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Schultz, the Saints have selected Texas offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. They don't go QB.
No. They'll go QB later. They'll go. I don't have to chug my Tank 7. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God I don't got to drink this coffee.
Thank God. Yeah, Kelvin Banks Jr. That's the third tackle off the board in the top 10. The Chiefs aren't getting a tackle, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, you can, but if the tackles keep going at this rate, you're going to be hard pressed. Like, you don't want to reach unnecessarily for a tackle. Not really. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want to. I mean, we're only on pick 9. I don't want to speak prematurely here, but Will Campbell's off the board. Mimbu is off the board. Right? Both of them went.
Yep.
And then Kelvin Banks Jr. is off the board. Very interesting to note. Dane Brugler has him as a guard in his draft guide. Number 2 ranked guard. Obviously, he played tackle, but he's got shorter arms. 33.5-inch arms, which sub 34 inches, not ideal. I will say Mitchell Schwartz, longtime right tackle of the Kansas City Chiefs, had 33.5-inch arms. So it is possible to play tackle at an NFL level with sub 34-inch arms, but you've got to have fantastic technique. Saints take Banks, yes, sir.
Yeah, no, makes sense. I mean, Ryan Ramczyk, their longtime, I think it was their right tackle, one of the better tackles in the league, but he just retired. So you have a need there. No clue what's going on with their quarterback situation, but we'll see if they trade back in and get a guy. Now it's like just looking at the next few picks here. So we got Bears on the clock, 49ers, Cowboys, the list goes on, but who is the next logical team that could maybe take a QB? Or do we have a surprise team like the Falcons taking Penix last year? Could that be the Cowboys at 12?
They're going offense, I would think. But I don't know. Like, I don't see any other surprise quarterback picks right now.
Yeah.
They had how many picks went? How many QBs went in the first 15 picks last year? It was 3 or 4. Bo Nix.
I think it was 5.
4 or 5.
I think it was Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May.
Yep.
JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix.
And
Michael Penix. It was 6.
And then Penix.
It was 6. Oh, shoot.
Crazy, dude. So the Saints just selected Kelvin Banks Jr. The Bears are on the clock. This was a team we thought, hey, they might trade up for Genty. Obviously, he's gone.
Yep. Running back, maybe? Maybe they go Hampton or Trayvon Henderson.
Who's some of the... I wish we could look at... I mean, maybe there's got to be a page that's best players still available. That's what I want to see. Oh, best available on ESPN. Okay, so here's the best players still available. This is an ESPN draft board, okay? But you got Jalen Walker, you got Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron, Michael Williams, Derek Harmon. Okay. The Bears are on the clock. O-line, D-line, running back, tight end. Does the first tight end go off the board here? Does Tyler Warren go off the board?
Could.
Get Caleb Williams a weapon?
I mean, Bears have Cole Kmet, but, I mean, if they're super high on Tyler Warren, the Raiders also had, who's the other guy? They took
Michael Mayer.
Yeah, they had Michael Mayer, and they drafted him. He was a second-round pick the year prior. They still took Bowers, so.
True. Yeah. I mean, I would say they need to protect Caleb Williams in the trenches, but, dude, they invested so much into the trenches in the offseason.
Yeah.
Free agency, in particular.
Yeah, especially that interior line. Obviously, Chiefs fans are well aware. Traded for Joe Thuney.
Yep. Yeah, that was a pretty surprising one.
From the Falcons. And then was it Jonah Jackson, the left guard?
Yeah, they've done it. They've done a bunch.
Yeah.
But I mean, who's still available tackle wise? Let's see. You've got, if they want to, I don't think a tackle's like the major need, but Josh Simmons is still available. Josh Connerly Jr. is still available. Ursary. I mean, I don't know that I love the value of some of these picks this early in the draft. Yeah, Squiggle said this is actually absurd, the amount of tackles that have been taken. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, you got the pick?
The Bears are taking tight end Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren.
Bro.
Colston Loveland, first tight end off the board.
You know how many people have Colston Loveland over Warren because of his ability as a receiver?
Okay. Dang, so they are they're pairing him up with Cole Kmet. That's crazy. All right.
It probably really just depends, like, how they probably were sitting there like, okay, how's the board going to fall? But with all these tackles gone, like, you're not going to reach on somebody. That's what I was just saying. Like, I don't love the value for some of those tackles that were still available. So they go with Colston Loveland. He's a guy that I said, hey, if he somehow fell into the 20s, he was mocked quite a bit to the Chargers at 22. If he somehow falls, the Chiefs need to go get that guy. That is, I don't want to say he's the next Travis Kelce by any means, but with Travis Kelce possibly playing his last year of football, he would have been a fantastic tight end to have on the roster. But the Bears go tight end, and they went Colston Loveland over Warren. That's it. It's like, it is surprising, but it isn't surprising. You hear that he could very well be taken over Warren, but when it actually happens, it's like, oh, okay.
And to see him go higher than Brock Bowers went last year is crazy. Because Brock Bowers is coming out of college, one of the highest touted tight ends. Obviously, the board is different every year.
Yeah, I think it's just more...
it's year to year.
It's more the board than anything else.
Yeah.
It's just more the board.
Yeah, crazy. The Bears they've loaded up Rome Odunze, drafted him last year, obviously Caleb Williams. Yeah, now you get Colston Loveland. It's interesting.
Yeah, they did lose, for what it's worth, Gerald Everett this offseason. One of their tight ends. So, okay. If you looked at what their percentage was to draft a player, it was 24% running back, 22% tight end, 22% O-line.
Okay.
So, Colston Loveland is it for the Bears. Chiefs are better with the 2. Would it be worth it to get Gray Zabel at 31? I mean, he's going to be an interior guy. Some people would not necessarily love that pick, but trenches win championships, dude. If the Chiefs did it, I would not love that. But Joe Thuney's gone. You're trying to say, hey, Kingsley Suamataia is going to be the left guard. You just need the best 5 people out there, and if that's what they do, that's what they do. I would be a little surprised, but I'm not the GM. I'm not the scout. I'm not the expert. Going to have to trust them there. Squiggles with the 31 months said, let's go. Let's freaking go, dude. Imani Baker with the 10 bomb. Good to see you, man. One of the OGs on the channel. Do we got the next pick?
We sure do. The 49ers are taking Georgia defensive end Mykel Williams at number 11.
Okay. So, interesting. You had the 49ers mocked quite a bit to Walter Nolan, but Mykel Williams was also a guy that was mocked to the 49ers quite a bit as well. They're in a bit of a rebuild, to say the least. Lost a lot of players in free agency. They're potentially going to be paying Brock Purdy $50-ish million a year. George Kittle wants a contract. So you had the 49ers taking Mykel Williams, one of the best edge rushers in this draft class. I mean, for sure. That's a good get for them.
Yeah, pairing him up with Bosa. Absolutely.
Yeah, heck yeah. Here's what I also like about Mykel Williams. He's not even 21, dude.
Yeah, is he the youngest player in this draft?
I don't know, but he's one of the youngest.
That's crazy.
Really young. He'll turn 21 in like a month or something.
Okay.
But still, he's not like so young, so moldable, teachable.
Yeah.
Not even close to prime in theory. Adam Rush with the 10 months. What up, Cole? I live just north of Green Bay now. I should have made it to this draft. Dude, that would have been awesome, man. There's a big turnout. Chiefs will trade up to 21 for Simmons if he's still available. I could definitely see it. Oh, shoot. The draft is here. Obviously, because we've been streaming, but it's just fun. It's exciting.
Heck yeah.
The offseason's been a little dry. I mean, probably for the best. Meaning for the Chiefs, not a lot of offseason issues. Rice's stuff was kind of crazy last year. Worthy had a little bit going on, but that's already been done and over with. Both of them dropped their lawsuits against each other and all that. Everybody is booing the hell out of Goodell, man. Booing Goodell. Boo goo. What is happening? Turning into a child. Okay, so there's been something else that's been dropped news-wise during the draft. The NFL schedule release will be Wednesday, May 14th. That's when you know exactly who's going to be playing when. And they'll start sprinkling in this game or that game. This team's playing this team. You'll know more like leading up to May 14th. They'll sprinkle in some stuff. But then May 14th, you'll know it all. And we'll definitely talk about it. Oh, they're booing the Bears pick? Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes way more sense. But they've been booing Goodell every time he comes out there. I'm Egyptian. Would love to see Ahmed. I'm going to butcher the last name. H on the Chiefs since he is Arab. You think we can get him? Defensive tackle? That's not a name that immediately pops out as like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that is. Is he a later round guy? Where's he supposed to go? I mean, I don't see him in the top 25. So it just depends, man. I don't see him. I could have missed him. All right. Who next? We got another one?
Got the Cowboys on the clock. I don't see a pick yet.
Okay, so the Cowboys are on the clock. Okay. Yeah, let's look at that. Let's talk about it. I want to be a little bit better at talking about who's next. So again, the 49ers picked Michael, right? Michael Williams.
Yep.
Colston Loveland went 10th overall to the Bears. The Cowboys are on the clock. I mean, they need some offensive help, man.
Would anything surprise you here with Jerry Jones?
No. I'm not even going to pretend to be surprised. Whatever they pick, I'm going to be like, okay. Okay. But let's look at, I want to look at the Cowboys. Keep your eye on Twitter for me.
Okay.
Just in case the pick comes out. But I want to take a look at NFL Draft IQ is overloaded too now.
Oh, wow.
No way. Okay. Notable offseason departures for the Cowboys. You had a cornerback go. That's Jordan Lewis. Chauncey Golston, one of their defensive ends. DeMarcus Lawrence went to the Seahawks. Rico Dowdle obviously went to the Panthers. And then Brandon Cooks is gone too. You got Miles Sanders, the running back. They traded for Kyer Elam with the Bills.
That's such a Jerry Jones move.
Running back Javonte Williams. They then traded. Who did they trade for mid-season? Who was that?
Oh, the Panthers receiver. Why am I blanking on his name?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I can see him.
Yeah, they made a trade for him. I mean, some of the most mocked players. You could go D-line.
Jonathan Mingo. That's who it was.
Yeah, Mingo. That's it. Mingo was his name-o. Wide receiver, running back, cornerback. Do we see the first corner go? Could we?
No, we haven't. We haven't seen a DB go, have we?
We have not. No, I mean, a lot of the value on corners is going to be a little bit later. But I mean,
last year?
I mean, unless you want to say Travis Hunter, but
yeah, true.
Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron, Maxwell Hairston, Trey Amos.
Interesting.
Amos. Those are some guys.
Dude, last year was so crazy. We were almost halfway through the first round before a single defensive player got taken.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, huh? Oh, I love draft videos, bro.
Heck yeah.
Look, Kelvin Banks going to the Saints. I love draft videos. Let's go.
I'm not trying to cry on stream.
These guys dream of making it to the NFL, man. Even though they know they're going to get drafted. Kelvin Banks knew he was going to get drafted, but it's still such an emotional moment. Freaking love it, dude. All right, let me know if you see the pick.
Yeah, not seen anything yet.
Jerry is more concerned with concession contracts. McCoy said, Brody been drinking? I mean, dude, I've had a third of a Tank 7. That's it. And I've had some Celsius.
That's a heck of a combo.
I barely had anything to drink, dude. Loveland higher than expected. Oh, you said way higher? Yeah, I mean, some people did have Loveland over Warren. And it was apparent that the Bears had Loveland over Warren because Warren was there. Warren was there.
You think Jerry Jones is going to pull a Vikings from like 20 years ago and not get to pick it in time and then lose their pick? Or like,
Is that a thing?
yeah, I can't remember what draft it was. The Vikings didn't get their pick in, and then they like the team that was behind them took their pick, and then they fell back. They still got their guy. I think it was Pat Williams, defensive tackle. But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
crazy,
How do you
bro.
not get your pick in
This is
time?
insane.
Do we have the answer here? Hey, man, people are just asking, so I'm just going to ask. They're like, hey, why is Troy's cheeks red? They're just asking, dude.
I don't care.
What's the answer?
I am, well, first of all, I don't have a diagnosis. I probably have rosacea.
There you go.
And then the color grade. We were kind of messing with the color grade on this camera, but I promise I don't look as red in person as I do on camera, but I am still red.
Yeah,
now that
I mean,
you
there's
pointed
enough
it out,
people
I'm only
asking.
gonna
I was
get
like, you might
redder.
as well just address it. I think
Yep.
he's got like some rosacea, but you also got. Here's the other honest truth: you were in the sun like all day yesterday.
I'm
I
in
think
the
some of
sun,
it's
yeah.
sunburn, bro.
See, I'm from Minnesota, go Wolves, but came down to KC. It's so much warmer here. So I've been outside in the sun. We've been outside hanging out with my nephew, my brother. So having a blast, but yeah, definitely got a little sun.
Having a blast from the past. All right, so the Cowboys are on the clock. I mean, geez Louise, bro. They probably need an offensive playmaker. Phil said, I assumed a sunburn. I mean, bro, you are burned.
I am burnt, bro. My neck is like tender, for real. Don't slap me on my neck.
I ain't doing it. How long of a clock do they get? 10 minutes, Andrew.
I think the Cowboys get half an hour. That's what it feels like.
Cebu said, I haven't had it diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I have rosacea too. I got a family, I won't say who, but I got a family member who has rosacea. And they just said, if you drink, the rosacea flares up even worse.
Well, I haven't drank.
No,
So
you have not.
Should we try it as a science experiment
Yeah.
and see how red I can get? Will I just go
40?
full
Okay,
maroon?
okay. We got him. No, wait. Oh, we don't got him. I saw Jordan Schultz tweet, and I was like, we got the next pick. But the 49ers explored trading up, ultimately staying put and got their guy at 11. Georgia edge, Michael Williams. Bro, I'm like a little scared to scroll through Twitter too much on a screen share because I have been getting some out-of-pocket ads
Bro,
lately. Like
yeah.
wild ads. I'm like, why? Why is this an ad? Like, I just like block the person or mute them because I'm like, why is this getting served to me? Some crazy stuff on here.
Somebody just said Marie said her cheeks are red as well very often. Typical blonde Swede. I am also Swedish, so is that a thing?
You're Swedish? Nice, dude.
Partially. I'm like half Swedish, half. It's Swedish, Norwegian, some German in there. I'll just blame it on that.
What's up, Malachi? Tyler Booker to the Cowboys? No way. I mean, maybe it is. No, you're right. Oh,
All right.
that is wow. That is so early. Dude, that is okay. I said I wasn't going to be surprised, but
Jerry Jones, baby.
I mean, okay, you can never have enough help along the O-line, but I am a little surprised. I can't lie. Holy smokes. You want to look up something? You want to see something? Hey, go. It doesn't always matter, dude, but go look up Tyler Booker's relative athletic score and remind me what it was.
Okay.
The reach is insane. I'm just reading comments. Walter Nolan definitely get drafted by the Chiefs now. That's a surprising pick. I just said I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, wow.
I just said I wouldn't be surprised on what the Cowboys did, and I'm actually surprised.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm surprised.
This is one of the worst. Not that this means everything. I'm not trying to overreact, but this is one of the worst RAS scores I've ever seen. It's a 3.39 overall.
3.39.
Tested really poorly. Yeah, and like broad jump, basically like every athletic trait, even like really bad on the bench. Got 21 reps, but that's poor. For a lineman, yeah, that's tough. But then again, Orlando Brown Jr., literally the worst combine performance in NFL history, one of them at least, and has been a stud, one of the better left tackles in the league. So doesn't mean everything.
Dude, I said I wasn't going to be surprised by the Cowboys pick, and I got on get got, guys. I did get got. Doesn't matter as much as a guard, but still crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All in, said Gungeon Lover. Who would you compare Ashton Genty to? I don't know.
I've seen like the comp I've seen the most is LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay. I mean, somebody said Beast Mode 2.0. I don't know that I love that.
I think he's a little more elusive, quicker than Marshawn was. Marshawn was more power, but
Frank Gore?
maybe he can, if he can play till he's 80 years old like Frank Gore.
Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated said Tyler Booker is a tough, mean Cowboys type of pick. Okay. All right.
Shout out Dressel. He said Ashton Genty reminds him of Troy. 100% true. He must have seen me back in the day during grade school, tear it up at flag football.
That's a Jerry Jones move right there, said Brian. All in, Jerry Jones. Colorado Buffs players are very overrated, just saying. I mean, I like Travis Hunter. I don't know when Shador Sanders is going to go, but I do like Travis Hunter. The Dolphins are on the clock now at 13th overall. In case you're wondering who's next, I need to flash back to this a little bit more here.
This could be another team that takes a tackle for sure. They've been consistently mocked getting a tackle here at 13.
Crazy, man. My wife and kids are driving to Arkansas today. Every draft, they like make it a kind of an annual reunion with one of my wife's close friends. They've got kids there, my kid's age, and it's her friend's birthday. But I'm like, hey, did you make it? Because maybe she did, but it's 8:30, so I would assume so.
I think she's locked into the draft.
All right, who do we got next? So you've got the Dolphins on the clock. They need everything. O-line, D-line, cornerback, tight end. Could the next tight end go?
Yeah, is this where we see
I don't
Tyler
know.
Warren?
Let me look at something. Let's see. Maybe you see a tight end go, or a cornerback go, rather. You could see that. Gray Zabel is available if you want to go interior.
He's not available. He's a Viking. Sorry.
It would be funny, dude, to see back-to-back interior guys go in the freaking top 15.
Yeah.
Malachi Starks, Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron. Those have been some really frequently mocked players to the Dolphins that are still available. Mickey said, am I the only one tickled Shador Sanders has fallen? I'm indifferent, but I didn't think he was going in the top 10. I mean, if you followed pretty closely, we don't really know when he's going, but I'm not really surprised, no. You said tickled. I don't really care, to be honest. Shador just isn't that good. Not a first rounder. He still might go in the first round because teams need quarterbacks. Could be the end of the first round. Steelers, multiple people are saying, hey, Steelers, makes sense. They don't have a quarterback. I mean, unless you count Mason Rudolph, the red zone reindeer. I mean, that's a guy.
Yeah, he's a stud.
I'm trying to see if we got the next pick for the Dolphins yet.
Yeah, I don't see it yet.
Bro, Jordan Schultz has been breaking everything early. We got people in chat. They're like, you're 2 whole picks ahead of the broadcast. Yeah. X is first. Twitter, X marks the spot. I don't know. Steelers got Flacco, I think. No, who got Flacco?
No, I went back to the Browns.
Yeah, he went back to the Browns. Yeah, the Browns got Flacco. I'm not joking. The Steelers only have Mason Rudolph and some other guy. And the GM, Khan, recently spoke and said, hey, we only have 2 quarterbacks on the roster. We go into camp with 4. We're open to any and every means on how we get the other 2. Could that be Kirk Cousins via a trade? Maybe. We'll see. What about Aaron Rodgers? That could still happen as well. I feel like that probably should happen. We'll see. Maybe Shedeur Sanders. Browns should have kept Flacco last year. I agree, Matt. Yo, Lucas Quinn. Hey, man, you have made me a lot more fond of the Chiefs. I want to say thanks. Well, man, thank you for being here, and I appreciate that. So I don't know if you're a Chiefs fan or a fan of another team, but regardless, I appreciate you. Obviously, the Chiefs over the last 5-7 years have been at the top of the mountain or near it almost every single year. So a lot of people don't like Chiefs fans, or they're sick of the Chiefs because they're in the midst of a dynasty. But man, we watched the Chiefs lose for a lot of years. So I am very happy and excited. Obviously, they got absolutely obliterated in the Super Bowl. I understand. GG's to the Eagles. But if you're not a Chiefs fan and I made you a bit more fond, that's cool. I mean, there's a lot of great dudes on there, and Andy Reid's a class act. Mahomes, Kelsey. I mean, some people don't like those guys because they just win or they're on TV all the time. You're sick of hearing their name. I get it, but I'm not sick of it. Troy, what do you think? You're pretty neutral.
I mean, you got to respect him.
You're neutral as a Vikings fan.
Like it or not. Yeah, bro. As a Vikings fan who's been in search of a franchise quarterback and a Super Bowl for as long as I've been alive, like seeing what the Chiefs have built, you have to respect it.
Hey, I got the pick in.
Let's go.
Do you want to know it?
Yep.
It's a defensive tackle.
Okay.
Is this real?
Kenneth Grant.
What?
Who?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I want to confirm because I don't like the report that I'm seeing. I want to confirm now that I said, do you want to know who it is? I think they said Tyler Grant. That's got to be Kenneth Grant. Is his middle name Tyler or first name Tyler? What is that?
Yeah, I saw Kenneth.
Okay. There it is. Kenneth Grant is going 13th overall to the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, shoot. We already have 14 too?
Oh, and the Colts are on the clock at 14. Okay, so Kenneth Grant 13 to the Dolphins. Is that confirmed?
I believe so. I mean, it's not on NFL.com yet, but I'm seeing it from a few different. Yeah.
Okay.
Ari Mirov.
Okay, that's
yep.
Yeah. So Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle to the Dolphins. Okay. 14 is already in for the Colts. It's got to be Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy because I've seen him comped as his comp is like Dallas Clark the long time. I think he even wore 44 in college. Tyler Warren did. That's kind of interesting.
Okay, so Tyler Warren's gone. You had 2 tight ends go in the top 15. What's funny is I've seen Tyler Warren mocked to the Colts so much, but Colston Loveland was still on the board in most of these mocks.
Yeah.
They still got their guy most likely in Warren. I mean, I guess you'll never know because Loveland's gone, but I like that pick. I like the pick for the Colts. I mean, that was one of their top needs as a tight end.
Yeah.
You need a tight end, and they'll address some stuff more here soon. But yeah, I mean, the Colts have been mocked to tight ends all off season long, basically.
Yeah, it could be a potential nice little safety blanket for Anthony Richardson, a guy who's struggled with accuracy in his career, obviously. So we'll see what that does for their offense.
Yeah, so you got Tyler Warren going to the Colts. They're in the midst of a quarterback battle between Richardson and, did you just say who it was?
Who did they sign?
Who's the other guy? Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
So they're in the midst of a quarterback battle.
Yep.
But you've got Pittman, got Michael Pittman, You got some playmakers over there, and then Tyler Warren definitely adds to that. Warren had 104 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns last season, racked up 700 yards after the catch.
Crazy.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Stud.
He's a beast, man. So you had back-to-back picks there. You had Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan, go to the Dolphins at 13. The Colts just selected tight end Tyler Warren. So let's just recap real quickly here. Cam Ward, no surprise, went first overall to the Titans. Troy, if you want to keep your eyes on just online, let me know if there's another pick while I recap this. But Travis Hunter, and a surprise, went number 2 overall. That wasn't the surprise, but it was a surprise that he didn't go to the Browns, but to the Jags. They traded up for him. Abdul Carter, edge out of Penn State, went to the Giants at number 3. Then Will Campbell went 4th overall to the Patriots. I've seen Will Campbell mock so much to the Patriots for months. Mason Graham then went 5th overall to the Browns. Ashton Jeanty, no surprise, went number 6 overall to the Raiders. Armand Mimbu, number 7 overall to the Jets. Tet McMillan, 8th overall to the Panthers. Kelvin Banks Jr. to the Saints at 9. Colston Loveland, leapfrogging Tyler Warren as tight end 1, at least off the board. He went 10th overall to the Bears. Michael Williams, the edge out of Georgia, went 11th overall to the 49ers. Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama, is the only one that like legitimately made me a little bit surprised. He went 12th overall to the Cowboys. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan, went 13th to the Dolphins. And then Tyler Warren went 14th overall to the Colts. The pick is in, yes, for the Colts. We're just ahead of the website. But on the clock now is the Falcons, who are going to take a quarterback. Just kidding. Could you imagine? What will the Falcons be doing this year? You need D-line, cornerback, O-line. They've often been mocked. Let's see. You've got Jalen Walker still. You've got Shamar Stewart, Jahdae Barron, cornerback. If you want to go there, you've got Mike Green still. Oh, boy. If James falls, I think we get him. Who's James? Rick James? James Pierce Jr.? Is that who you're talking about, maybe? You got to give me full names, man. Carlisle said, I'm a casual. Why is Luther Burden falling? I've seen him mocked quite a bit in the back half of round 1 or round 2. It just kind of depends on the individual draft boards of some of these teams. He could be a first rounder. We'll just have to wait and see here. Give it a little bit. We're still in the top 15. Has there only been one receiver taken? That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Hunter and then Tet McMillan.
Oh, yeah. Travis Hunter went 2nd.
But we still haven't seen a DB go off the board, right?
No.
I mean, Travis Hunter, but aside from him, nobody.
So you had a quarterback, corner/receiver. Travis Hunter is a freaking unicorn, so whatever with that pick. Like, yeah, he's just that guy. Then you had Abdul Carter. So you had an edge rusher. Then you had like a run on tackles, Will Campbell. So you had offensive tackle, then DT, Ashton Jeanty running back, yes. But then you had another tackle and Mimbu. Wide receiver, Tet McMillan, first receiver off the board. And the only 2 tight ends have gone, Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren. But then you had a couple other linemen, Kelvin Banks Jr. and Tyler Booker, Michael Williams. Edge out of Georgia is gone. Another defensive tackle and Kenneth Grant. Interesting. Jalen Walker? They're yelling Jalen Walker in chat. Is that next? You see anybody?
Looking.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't see it yet.
Would you take Buka over Josh Connerly?
Man.
Maybe. I mean, Josh Connerly is probably a bit of a developmental tackle. The Chiefs do have the luxury there this year, though, because you have Jalen Moore on the left side. You have Jawan Taylor on the right side. But if they're high enough on Connerly Jr., I wouldn't really be surprised or blame them, because it's not just about the left side. It's also about injuries, having quality depth, and then Jawan Taylor, you can move on from his contract next year. So it's not just this year, and it's not just the left side. We'll see, though. Chiefs are going to win the bowl again this year because we are that good. I mean, I like that a lot, money. Troy might not like that a lot. I mean, you think the Vikings are going to the Super Bowl this year with JJ as a rookie? Well, he's not a rookie, but in his second year.
Yeah, first year as a starter. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if the Vikings ever won a Super Bowl, regardless of who their quarterback is. Could get Patrick Mahomes. I'd still be shocked.
God.
I do think they make the playoffs. I think they're probably not going to win the division. Wouldn't be shocked, but I could see them being like a 10-7, 11-6 wild card team. Wouldn't shock me at all.
Just laughing. You're like, I don't think they're ever going to win, which is crazy.
I mean,
so many letdowns, bro.
I have PTSD, bro.
What round are we in? First round. Pick 15 right now. The Falcons are on the clock. We're waiting to see what they end up doing. Yeah, there's only one round tonight. Tomorrow night is rounds 2 and 3. Cole, how's the draft looking? Lost part of it seeing because a tornado knocked out the power here in Kansas. What?
Oh, shoot.
Where in Kansas, bro? There's a tornado? Oh, boy. Hope you're all right, man. How long did they get on the clock? 10 minutes. But we are ahead of the broadcast right now. We are ahead of the broadcast by a pick or two. The Falcons are on the clock. I mean, maybe they're caught up. Did they announce Tyler Warren yet on the broadcast? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know about the broadcast. He has been announced on NFL.com.
Okay.
And
well, the Falcons have
on the clock.
3 minutes left on their pick. So we'll see. 10 minutes is crazy. Dude, here's the thing about that. I feel like every team knows their pick. Milking it for 10 minutes in between just so you can have 80 million commercials is pretty crazy to me. Zulu said the Chiefs trade out around 1. If we do all that just to trade out, I mean, I could see it, to be honest with you. The way that this draft is, if the Chiefs don't have a true round 1 grade on a guy, they find a trade partner that wants to come up in the back end of round 1 to get a quarterback maybe, get that, have the ability to pick up the 5th-year option down the road if they want it. Again, if the Chiefs, all their true round 1 guys are gone, and they want to, another reason why I could see it happening is because after their 4th-round pick, they've got nothing until the 7th. No 5th, no 6th, 2 or 3 7ths. You've got 8 picks. So you've got a 1st, a 2nd, 2/3, that 4th, no 5th, no 6th, okay? So then 3 7ths. I could see it, but let's see what happens first. What running backs are available? Everybody but Ashton Genty. So everybody else. Everybody in the club waiting on a draft pick. Okay, that was awful.
I respect it.
Sorry, 50 Cent. My bad, dude. I mean, Hampton's available. Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, RJ Harvey. Everybody. Aside from Genty, which we knew he was going top 5, top 10, the latest. Whoa, Sean with the 50 bomb. 50 bomb said, I hope we trade out around 1. Lots of value picks in 2 and 3. Facts. My faves, I would love to see in KC, but I'm praying Walter Nolan falls. If he doesn't, he likes tight end Harold Fannin Jr., favorite in the draft, defensive end Elijah Roberts out of SMU, running back Cam Scadaboo, defensive tackle Ty Robinson, or Ursary if he falls to the 3rd round. I saw the Chiefs taking Ursary in the 1st round. I don't love that, but if you could get Ursary later like that, don't mind that one bit. Local KC guy, but a talented tackle that just needs some time to develop. Are you splitting the donations? Troy, are we splitting them?
Yeah,
I mean, kinda.
I think I'm taking 80%. You're taking 20, right?
Yeah, sure. Troy's one of the full-time guys, man. So
I'm paid to be here.
He's on the clock while the teams are on the clock. Let's go. I don't think we're taking offensive tackle. Well, because of the runs right now, not like diarrhea, but just like the run that's happened on offensive tackles. I mean, I said that about pick 10. I don't know what's going to happen here, because if a team sees all these offensive tackles or O-linemen in general gone, you got Will Campbell, he's gone. Armand Mimbu, gone. Kelvin Banks Jr., gone. Tyler Booker. I shouldn't laugh, okay? But it was just such a Cowboys move at 12 to take Tyler Booker. He's gone.
Hey, we got
that's a lot of the top guys. Here. Say that again?
We got pick 15.
For the Falcons.
The Falcons are taking Georgia defensive end Jalen Walker.
Nice. Yeah, he's listed as a linebacker, but I think you can kind of hybrids, or maybe an outside linebacker. But there you go.
Yeah,
Jalen Walker,
rush.
gone at pick 15. There you go. The Falcons took all of that time. I bet you the NFL was like, hey, we're a little ahead of schedule, so we need you to pretend like you don't know your pick for 9 minutes and 59 seconds. Oh, man. Sean, thanks again for the 50 bomb, man. This is Jawan Taylor's last year. Yeah, I think that's a very realistic possibility. Good to see you, KSU, man. Hope you're doing all right. Hey, Cole, send Troy to get a pizza during the Vikings pick. Hey, man. You know what? Troy was really excited for the draft last year. He lost a little bit of steam this year because the Vikings traded away like every one of their picks. He's of the opinion the Vikings quite possibly trade out. I don't disagree, or at least trade back.
At least trade down. Yeah, I would be surprised if they stayed at 24 and picked. Not shocked, but yeah, they have the first. They have a third and 2/5. I might be missing a pick, but yeah, their draft picks are looking pretty scarce because they moved up for both J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner. So last year was a blast as a Vikings fan to get a potential franchise QB and an edge rusher, like arguably the two most important positions in football. That was fun. This year, little different, but still stoked to see what happens.
All right, look at this, Troy.
Yep.
With Tyler Warren going to the Colts at 14?
Yep.
This is the earliest the second tight end has been picked in the common draft era.
Oh, dang. Okay.
That's a
stat.
That's a stat. I have the most random people that block me. Like this guy. I don't know who this is, but he's a Bengals fan. So, okay, fine. I've trolled so much about the Bengals. Like, I probably deserve it. I just like, oh, okay, that person blocked me. Cool.
Logan Dreyer. I've never heard of him before, but
who?
Logan Dreyer, if that's how you say his name, maybe it's Dreyer. He asked me. No, he's my friend. I know him. I'm just playing.
I was like, what?
He asked who I want the Vikings to take at 24. I want Gray Zabel, dude.
Okay.
Left guard.
Yeah. Interior.
Yep.
You wanted Tooney.
I did. I wanted Trey Smith.
Trey Smith.
Yeah, I wanted Trey Smith.
Yeah. But the Chiefs weren't letting him go.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Gray Zabel. Or give me a running back. Travion Henderson, Marion Hampton, or Gray Zabel.
Somebody said, is Troy your editor? Yeah, he was my first ever hire. Edited all for the Chiefs channel, but now he helps me run my second channel. Cole Breaks the Huddle, covering NFL wide news. He's doing the research, putting the base script together before I get in there and kind of add my own stuff to it. And then, he's doing a lot of stuff and the editing for that channel too. So I would probably call you like a channel manager, but he can jump in and help with Chief stuff too as he needs. But we've got Alex, who's not here right now, but he edits for the Chiefs channel now.
Yes, sir. Killing it.
All right, so who's on the clock here? The Falcons selected So the Falcons selected linebacker Jalen Walker, or defensive end Jalen Walker. The Cardinals are on the clock. They need O-line, wide receiver, defensive line. I mean, this is NFL.com, but Arizona's at least one more quality starter away from having its O-line go from okay to good, and a burner at receiver could also play a key role in pushing the offense to the next level. Who's the fastest wide receiver in this draft class?
I think it was Matthew Golden, right? Like a 4.33?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, Texas had a couple of burners. Obviously Xavier Worthy last year, Matthew Golden, and Isaiah Bond. I think Golden and Bond were sub 4.4.
Yeah, Noel ran a 4.39, Jalen Noel, but Matthew Golden was a 4.29.
Oh, he's a 4. Oh, wow. He's
Yeah,
sub
that's
4.3.
fast.
Dang, okay.
That boy fast.
He's moving.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we got the pick yet. We've reached the point, said Matt McMullen, where the Chiefs are on the ticker on the far right. We're getting there. I mean, kinda. We're halfway. Jalen Walker becomes the first player from the University of Georgia that the Falcons have taken in the first or second round since 1966. Where do people get
Dang.
these?
For real.
How?
That's a great question.
That's pretty impressive. Billy Goat, good to hear from you. Bah. When do the Bills pick? They're in the 20s. They pick 29 or 30. Sorry. They pick 30. I thought they were late 20s. So I mean, I'll just show you what I'm looking at. So here's what we got coming up here. The pick is in for the Cardinals, by the way. Did we already say that? We don't know that yet. Can you check Twitter?
Yeah, I'm refreshing like a madman.
Yeah, okay, cool. The Bengals are on the clock. After that is the Seahawks, the Bucks, then the Broncos. You'll have the second team in the AFC West up. I mean, we are kind of getting close to some movement here for the Chiefs because striking range, meaning trade-up range, is going to be in the 20s. Brett Veach said if the right player falls, he doesn't mind trying to be aggressive and to trade up into the 20s. But the pick is in supposedly here for the Cardinals. We're trying to figure out what that pick is. The Bengals are on the clock. I mean, the Bengals need anything on defense that you could possibly imagine. Their defense was awful, and they need help there. So
we got the Cardinals pick.
Okay.
Walter Nolan.
Walter Nolan?
Walter Nolan.
No way, really?
Going to the Cardinals.
I guess, I mean, that's a little surprising, but it was kind of a pipe dream. Anybody that I'm super high on for the Chiefs, I'm like, yeah, there's no way he's going to make it. But Walter Nolan goes number 16 overall to the Cardinals. It was kind of like last year. I was like Brian Thomas Jr. I was a big Brian Thomas Jr. guy. I still think he would have been awesome on the Chiefs, but I like Worthy. I think that was a great pick, and he's already exceeded expectations. But yeah, I think my draft crush this year for a round one guy for the Chiefs was definitely Walter Nolan. Pairing him up next to Chris Jones would have been insane. It was kind of a pipe dream. I felt the same way about Brian Thomas Jr., even though he made it like all the way to 21 before he got drafted by the Jags.
Yeah.
But Walter Nolan goes 16.
Are you surprised he went that high, Walter Nolan?
No, not like extremely surprised because I've seen him go number 11 to the 49ers. It was more like, oh, okay. I don't know that I paid attention to the Cardinals mocks that often, but I just was a little surprised, I guess, that it was the Cardinals. But can I not open this now? I won't let you open it if they're not on the clock. Okay, fair enough. But the Bengals are on the clock now. And they need defense, man. Bad.
Yeah, bad.
I mean, their defense was the reason why they didn't make the playoffs. Burrow wasn't perfect in the clutch, but he was freaking fantastic for most of the season.
Yeah, you can't ask much more out of him than what he gave them last year.
Jamar Chase with the triple crown.
Yeah.
Led the league in, what is the triple crown? Led the league in receiving touchdowns, yards, and receptions?
Yep.
Yeah, crazy, dude. But their defense was their downfall. They got rid of their DC, Lou Anarumo. I want to know who Draft IQ has mocked a lot to the Bengals. Derek Harmon, he's still available. Shamar Stewart, edge rusher, he's still available. Will Johnson is a corner. Jahad Campbell, all those guys are still available. If they don't go, so their likelihood of taking a defensive tackle, Troy, is 49%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or defensive lineman, sorry.
Okay.
So Derek Harmon or Shamar Stewart. Flip a coin. Who you want? I'm going to go Derek Harmon. I think Derek Harmon is a Bengal.
Let's see. Yeah, they were bad against the pass and the run last year. I want to say they were 25th in both points and yards allowed total as a defense. So not going to get it done. They need help. And then the Trey Hendrickson situation is still kind of up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, he's still under contract this year for sure, unless it's like a surprise like draft trade, but I feel like that would have already happened, maybe? I don't know.
It just seems like so murky, like the communication between.
Oh, it's
like maybe
it's not been good.
Yeah, like maybe it could end up being a holdout situation, but
Will Johnson. Somebody said Will Johnson is who they're going to take. I mean, we'll see. Do we have the answer? Sway? Do you have the answer, Sway?
I don't got the answer, Sway.
All right. We don't know yet. But here's what we do know. It's getting closer to the Chiefs pick. 2 tight ends taken in the top 14. Pretty impressive. Tyler Warren went 14th, but then Colston Loveland went 10th overall. Tyler Booker? Dude, I don't know when he was actually mocked to a lot of these teams, but that's a little surprising.
Dude, I've seen him go in a lot of mocks to the Vikings at 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
The pick is in. We got the pick? The pick is in.
let's see.
We got to find it. Just go to Jordan Schultz's,
Honestly.
just go to his Twitter. Go to it and let me know.
Nothing yet.
Okay. Ari Mirov would be like the next guy.
He's actually, Schultz is actually one behind.
Why is he slowing
He
down,
doesn't have
dude?
Walter Nolan yet. Yeah,
He's-
his
he's
thumbs are sore, dude.
He's struggling.
He's taking a nap.
He's taking a nap. His Boost Mobile minutes ran out. Chiefs are not taking Scattaboo. We don't run the football. I mean, the Chiefs are for sure taking a running back, guys.
Scatterbo is like a good receiving back, though. He could
Somebody
be a-
said the pick is in. The Bengals are taking Stewart. If we can
Okay.
confirm that.
Yeah.
I thought it was either going to be,
Yep.
I flipped the coin to Derek Harmon, but I thought it was either Harmon or Shamar Stewart out of Texas.
Yep, that's what they did. Shamar Stewart going to the Bengals.
Where'd you see that?
Ari Mirov.
Nice.
Just tweeted it. X'd it. Posted it.
What do you even call it? It is a post.
Yeah.
It's a post. Where do you see that?
I just saw it from Ari Mirov. That's all I've seen so far. That's the only person I've seen it
It's
from.
not on his Twitter. I just looked.
Oh, weird. Maybe he deleted it.
Fake
Bengals changed
news?
their mind.
Justin, what's up, man? Thanks for the love. Everyone's saying it's Shamar Stewart. I just don't see it personally, but I mean, that makes all the sense in the world. I just want to yeah, here it is. Boom. The crowd was right. Number 17 pick is in. Jordan Schultz is the senior insider for Fox Sports. The Bengals are selecting Texas A&M pass rusher Shamar Stewart. They needed defensive help so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I am 0% surprised they went defense.
for sure.
Yeah, heck yeah. Where was Shamar Stewart ranked on Dane Brugler's draft guide? He was the 3rd overall edge rusher. Last year, he only had a sack and a half. He played all 12 games, 5.5 tackles for loss, a forced fumble, 2 passes defensed. Rare athletic balance and fluidity for a 285-pounder, explosive off the ball. I mean, him with Trey Hendrickson, that's fun.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of work to do on the defense.
Okay, so the Seahawks are on the clock. The Seahawks are on the clock.
Man, I feel like they
18th
could
overall.
probably go receiver here. Traded DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett
Ooh.
released. You got Jackson Smith and Jigba as the wide receiver 1 right now. I mean, this could be a Matthew Golden right here. This could be Luther Burden.
Yeah, if they don't... A couple other guys that have been mocked to them is safety. Nick, is it Amonwori?
I mean, I don't know, bro.
but he's been mocked quite a bit to them.
Yeah.
Gray Zabel has
Don't
been
do
mocked
it.
quite a bit to them too.
Don't even think about it, Seahawks.
But then you have Emeka Egbuka. Emeka?
Emeka, yeah. Emeka Egbuka.
Go to Mecca.
Egbuka.
Go to the Emeka. Emeka Egbuka. He's mocked quite a bit to them, and then so is Matthew Golden. I mean, obviously, yeah, they lost Tyler Lockett, which he just signed. Did you see last night he signed with
The Titans, right?
Yeah, I think so.
T. McCoy. Yeah, you're right, bro. They got Cooper Kupp. I forgot about that.
Who did?
The Seahawks got Cooper Kupp.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yep.
right.
I'm tripping. You're right.
They signed him to a big contract.
They did. How old is Cooper Kupp? It still wouldn't shock me if they went receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're
so
right. I
they
forgot about that.
got Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp. You got DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys, MVS, Marquez
receiver one.
Valdez-Scantling. But you lost Lockett. You traded DK Metcalf. So you did get Kupp and MVS, but, I mean, Kupp's not like a long-term answer.
Right.
I know he signed a multi-year deal, but I think you can get out of it after like a year.
Yeah, he's going to turn 32 in June.
Yeah.
So he's getting up there. I mean, they addressed the receiver position enough, even after DK and Lockett leaving, to where it maybe isn't, a round one need, but it still wouldn't shock me if they went receiver here.
Yeah, I mean, other needs for them is O-line, cornerback, safety. I mean, we haven't seen a cornerback go yet, right?
Nope.
This is their draft probability per next-gen stats right now. Offensive lineman, 42%. That's high. And then wide receivers, 15%. Safety, 10%. Tight end was 12%, but I feel like the two tight ends are gone. You're probably not getting another one. You're not going... You're going to draft another tight end in the top 20? Right? So
I've seen a couple people just in chat say Shadur Sanders would be interesting. Because the Sam Darnold contract, I think
you can get out after
it.
next year.
Yeah, there's an out after a year.
Dude, that would be a surprising one.
That could be like the Michael Penix pick of last year. A
4%
little less shocking. It's later in the first, but yeah.
4% chance. 4% chance they take a quarterback. We'll see though. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Couldn't care less about baseball. Oh, we got baseball in the chat. Did the Royals win? Scrambling Armchair said he wouldn't touch Zabel in the first round. Yeah, I don't know if you need an interior guy in the first round. Again, if they're that high on him, okay, I guess. But, Cole, they might get a running back. Oh, you're talking about the Seahawks? Or who? Or are you talking about the Chiefs? Who are we talking about? Seahawks are on the clock. Here, I'm going to show you the next few so we can just kind of keep up here. Seahawks are on the clock. The pick is in, actually. We just watched that happen in real time.
Okay.
The Bucks are on the clock. Linebacker, cornerback, O-line. Levante David has been a foundational piece in Tampa for more than a decade, but could be moving on, trying to look at the future of another off-ball linebacker, defensive-heavy draft. Now the Seahawks...
They took Gray Zabel.
Did they?
They did. They got
That's
him.
who you wanted for the Vikes?
Yep.
The Vikes are trading back. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, I
brother?
know.
Who are we kidding?
A man can dream.
They took Gray Zabel?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, super versatile offensive lineman. I think he played every position.
I mean,
in
Dan
college,
Parr of
like
NFL.com literally said it's no secret the Seahawks need to get better along the O-line, particularly on the interior. So
yeah,
they are addressing that.
Okay.
So at number 18 overall, the Seahawks are taking North Dakota State lineman Gray Zabel. He said finally addressing the interior. Extremely versatile with the potential to play all 5 positions on the O-line. I think, wasn't it Gray Zabel that demolished at the Senior Bowl? Dominated?
I don't know.
Might have been Zabel.
That could be.
I think it was, and
I remember Mike Green was another guy, right, from Marshall, the edge rusher.
I believe so.
He's still on the board.
Yeah, he's still on the board. But for an interior lineman, Gray Zabel, I mean, I think that Senior Bowl performance stood out to a lot of teams. Shayton Wright with the 5. Thank you so much. Where do you see the 3 local guys going to? Luther Burden, Neal, so running back from KU, and then Giddens. That's a great question, man. I could see any of those guys going to the Chiefs. It just depends on when and where. I don't think the Chiefs' main primary need for a wide receiver is a slot guy. I know Burden played a lot in the slot. You need a real outside guy because you've got Rice. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a great question. What team out there really needs a dependable, quality route runner that lines up in the slot quite a bit? That's Burden. Neal and Giddens, they probably go what? Round 2, round 3, round 4? So, I mean, that's a big gap. Round 3, round 4. I don't know what team yet, man, but the Chiefs need a running back. They need an outside wide receiver. So again, Gray Zabel went 18th overall to the Seahawks. The Bucs are now on the clock. They need a linebacker, cornerback, O-line. What do you think, Troy?
Yeah. I was just thinking about like all the running backs that are still on the board. Obviously, Tampa isn't going to be a team. You would think not. Rashad White and Bucky Irving. Could they go receiver? I mean, Mike Evans isn't getting any younger. Chris Godwin is back, but he's coming off the ankle injury. Mike Evans is getting up there in age. They do have Jalen McMillan, who's kind of an emerging guy, but yeah, you never know. Could bring in some more weapons for Baker Mayfield.
Donovan Ezeriuka? Is
that who went?
That's an edge rusher that's often mocked to him.
Okay.
Jahad Campbell, linebacker, quite a bit. Shamar Stewart, but he's gone. Jahdae Barron, defensive back, has been mocked to them quite a bit. Malachi Starks even.
Yeah, maybe this is where we see the first true defensive back go.
Maybe. Here, I'm going back to this. This is where I've been going, guys, sometimes to look. NFL.com/draft/IQ. Got these. It's a really cool website on probability of what position could be drafted. I would zoom in more, but it does some weird stuff when I try to zoom in. Like it cuts off the page and it gets kind of weird. But yeah, so the Broncos are next. So the Bucs are on the clock. The Broncos are next. They might very well take Hampton.
Yeah.
They need a running back. RB1 is the need that stands out the most, but receiver is another spot to target with Cortland Sutton's contract expiring. The pick is in for the Bucs, though. The pick is in. You wanted Walter Nolan for the Chiefs? He would have been awesome. Are the Steelers getting a quarterback? We'll see. They're going to draft the guy I can't pronounce, dude. I just know it. It was like when the Chiefs drafted Kingsley. I was like, I think I said his last name like so fast. I was like, the Chiefs just drafted offensive tackle Kingsley Sulimaria. Do you have the pick?
I know, bro. I'm looking for it.
Buccaneers are picking. Give us who it is. Gray Zabel isn't just the NFL's top rated center. He's also got an arm that once delivered low 90s fastballs. Nice, dude.
Whoa.
Nice.
Crazy. Athlete.
Dude, you guys should have seen me play baseball. I had a missile launcher for an arm. Just kidding. I played baseball until I was like in 6th grade. All right, who we got?
Emeka Egbuka.
Ooh, really?
Yep, they did go receiver.
Wow.
How about it?
Who'd you see that from?
Jordan Schultz.
Boom. Okay. So when you thought the Bucs were possibly going to go a different direction here, they went probably with a guy they just had like with a high grade on their board.
Yeah.
You don't want to let him pass. Emeka Egbuka. Heck yeah, dude. Out of Ohio State. That's a good get for them. And you kind of broke down like why it makes sense.
Yeah. Mike Evans is going to be 32 pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. I like that pick for them. I want to go to Brugler's draft guide real quick here. Egbuka was fourth wide receiver on his board, and he's coming off of a season where he led the team in catches. He had 81 grabs for 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. So, I mean, that's a good get. So, with that being said, how does that affect the Broncos? Do they take Omari and Hampton after all, running back? RB2 of the draft? Is that where we're going here?
Yeah, I mean, that feels right. Omari at 20. I'm just looking at these teams. Does it kind of feel like the Packers at 23 is like the start of where the Chiefs could trade up to? Because obviously they're not trading with the Broncos. They're not trading with the Chargers. Feel like the Steelers are taking a QB at 21. Could that be Shador or Jackson Dart? Who knows? But definitely like getting into Chiefs trade up territory. We're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close here. Broncos aren't trading with them, that's for sure.
No.
I feel like they go Hampton, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Big Bro said, biggest fan. Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. Let's freaking go, dude. McDuffie went 21 with the trade up. I think we're now entering the true trade up window for the Chiefs if they have a guy. For sure. It's just looking at teams who would be willing to trade up, right? And Troy kind of went over a little bit of it. So Emeka Egbuka goes 19th overall to the Bucs. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Steelers pick next at 21 after the Broncos, and then the Chargers. It's pretty safe to rule out most likely the Broncos or Chargers trading with the Chiefs. The Steelers, I mean, I guess you couldn't rule that out completely if they're like wanting a quarterback at the end of round 1.
Yeah.
But they don't want to pick at 21. That's not impossible. But yeah, then just what you said, 23-24 is trade up territory. I mean, Simmons is still on the board, guys. Just saying. Josh Simmons is still on the board, and we're at pick 20. I'm not saying that the Chiefs are for sure going to take Josh Simmons, but if he's high enough on their list and they want potentially an offensive tackle of the future, whether it's the left side or right side, left side is strong side if you watch Remember the Titans. But
great movie.
I don't know that it'll matter if they're high enough on him and not concerned about his medicals. Great movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
That might be my favorite football movie.
Really?
Some people kind of think it's a cheesy pick because it's a Disney movie. Bro.
I think it's just because it
Denzel,
was like a staple
so
of my childhood.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Emeka Egbuka is Ohio State's 5th wide receiver to get drafted in the first round since 2022. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Bro,
they got some good ones.
Ohio State and LSU, man. Wide receiver university.
Sampson would be a good fit for the Chiefs. I do like Sampson. I am a little concerned about his fumbles, but I do like him. Cole, who do you want? I don't know. We need to see how the board continues to fall here, but I mean, I've been a fan of Josh Simmons for some time. Obviously, it was like, hey, if Walter Nolan's gone and the Chiefs aren't concerned about Josh Simmons' medicals, that's a guy that could redshirt this year and then be the left tackle of the future or play right tackle next year after Jawan Taylor moves on, if that's what they end up doing based on his contract. Let's see. We'll see here in a second. The Broncos are on the clock. I bet you they get Hampton, running back.
Yeah.
Would be my... Well, let me look at this. The Broncos have a 46% chance of drafting a running back round 1. 16% chance wide receiver. And considering another wide receiver just went off the board, you've got Travion Henderson, running back, Omarion Hampton. I mean, who else are you going to take?
Jordan Schultz just said that the Giants have been trying to get back into round 1 per source. Not a surprise, but...
They want a quarterback?
Yeah, with Shador, Jackson Dart, there was that report again before the draft that Brian Daboll is really high on Jackson Dart. I saw that. I don't know if you saw this as well, but Joe Shane, the Giants GM, his son, put out a video like a Jackson Dart. I think it was a highlight reel.
I saw it.
on
And
his
he
Instagram.
he instantly privated his account after that.
Oh, did he? I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah, he went private like immediately after.
Okay.
Buccaneers wide receiver room: Evans, Godwin, Jalen McMillan. Now, Emeka Egbuka, dude, crazy. That's a good room.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so again, the Broncos are on the clock. The pick should be in here any minute. Pick should be in any minute for the old Denver. The Denver Donks. Let me adjust this. 5 wide in the NFL. Crazy, huh? Cole, what if we're picking a running back and not offensive tackle? Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't rule that out completely. ESPN has, I think they have like the best still available. I mean, there's some great guys on the D line still. Derek Harmon still available. James Pierce Jr. But yeah, Hampton's available. If you're saying running back specifically, I mean, Travion Henderson, they just had a meeting with him virtually on Tuesday. I mean, Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle out of Oregon, still available too. Can't rule that out completely, I guess. Can't rule that out completely. What happens if I click this? Okay. We switched up cameras a little bit for the stream, so I was just making sure. Such a gamble first round to get a tackle or DT. Yeah, I mean, I guess in some regard, like every pick's a bit of a gamble, right? You just never truly know, especially at the end of round 1. Ooh, the pick is in. The pick is in for the Broncos, and the Steelers are on the clock at pick 21. So the question is, let me look at this. Do we have the pick that's actually in for the Broncos? No trade in front of the Steelers. The Broncos stay put and pick at 20. Okay. So who are they picking? We want the answer. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a good get, but I was not prepared. Not fully. They're taking a defensive player. Texas cornerback Jahdae Barron, one of the top corners in this draft, and I think the first cornerback to go off the board. The Broncos went corner.
What did they take?
Jahdae Barron. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yep, they went corner. Yeah,
Okay.
he's one of the top corners of this draft, and I think the first one, I believe, off the board. Let me check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. First corner off the board.
Wow. Okay. So Will Johnson's still there.
Yes.
Would you take him for the Chiefs? Say Josh Simmons is gone?
Like one of the top corners?
Yeah.
If Brett Veach and company are high enough on him, sure. Because you have Josh Williams, Najee Johnson, Jalen Watson all in the last year of their deal. Christian Fulton's around for a couple years. McDuffie, they haven't picked up his 5th-year option yet, but you can never have too much corner depth. So Brett Veach at his presser said, hey, we find the value for corners in rounds 2, 3, and the beginning of 4, but I guess I wouldn't rule it out completely. You rarely ever see a corner mock to the Chiefs in round 1, but if they have a true round 1 grade on that guy, if he's one of their 12 to 14 true round 1 grades, I could see it.
Sure.
So again, the pick was in for the Broncos at 20, and that was Jahdae Barron out of Texas. And now the Steelers are on the clock. Are they taking Shedeur Sanders? What do you think? Are they taking Shedeur?
Man.
They don't have a second-round pick because they traded for DK.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's either now or in the third.
Wow.
Do they take a quarterback? What are we doing here?
Man. It's interesting, too. You know, they were linked to Jalen Milroe as well, the Alabama quarterback. Yeah. Met with him. I mean, they did their due diligence on everybody. But the fact that he got invited and accepted the invite to round one, and he was one of only like 17 guys who even went to Lambeau. So people were thinking, okay, he knows he's going number one. Oh, shoot.
We got the pick?
We got the pick, bro.
Are they going QB? Just tell me that.
No.
They're not going QB.
They're
okay.
not going QB. Derek Harmon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good get.
Wow.
I've seen him mocked to the Steelers because just that D-line's getting a little bit older.
Man.
That's a good get.
I mean, we still have three QBs who
we knew they were going to fall, but we knew they were going to
fall. But guys that were mocked at least in round one, like between like mid to late. So, yeah, going to be interesting to see what teams do here if they'd try to trade up.
The Steelers have 30-year-old TJ Watt, well worth every penny right now, but they have 35-year-old Cam Hayward. So I like Derek Harmon to the Steelers. Beef up that D-line. I mean, that's how the Steelers have had a non-losing season almost every single year forever.
Yeah.
Just that grimy, physical, want to take your head off defense of Mike Tomlin. So I do like that for them. But with that being said,
on brand. I could see just shifting to the Chargers here.
Yeah.
The next pick.
Dude, just before the Chiefs pick, I have to pee again.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm afraid to miss it, so I'm going.
Yeah, Cole drank about 300 fluid ounces before we hopped on stream. So, but no, I was just gonna say, so the Chargers are now on the clock at 22. I could see them going running back here. They signed Najee Harris. It was just a 1-year deal though, so there's no long-term commitment there. Marion Hampton still on the board. Travion Henderson still on the board. Jim Harbaugh loves to pound the rock, loves to run the football. So that wouldn't surprise me. J.K. Dobbins is still a free agent. Like maybe they end up bringing him back on a 1-year deal or something. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Chargers went running back here. Yeah, it's like I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised that the Steelers didn't go QB. But yeah, it feels very on brand. It's like everything that this guy was saying.
What?
They love defense. That's their identity over in Pittsburgh.
To infinity and beyond, dude. Okay, so the Chargers are on the clock. A lot of times they were mocked to Colston Loveland. He's obviously gone. What about a wide receiver? Are there any wide receivers left that you love for the Chargers? Because, like, I still feel like that's a need for them.
Yeah. Matthew Golden could be a guy.
They still need defense, too, though. Is Derek Harmon still available?
He just went.
He just went. Okay, he just went. Okay. Yeah, he went to the Steelers. Duh. Will Johnson, if they want to go corner. I'm just looking at who left. Remember, Joey Bosa left. Poona Ford left. Joshua Palmer, he's with the Bills. Christian Fulton with the Chiefs. Gus Edwards got released. They got some additions. Dante Jackson, cornerback. Najee Harris. Mike Williams, they signed him back on a 1-year deal. They have a 33% chance of taking D-line. 15% chance of taking receiver. Talking about the Chargers. Bro, I think my body is very confused right now because I'm still sipping on an energy drink and it's 9:30 p.m. because I know we're going to be working till like 2.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know what year it is anymore.
It's 2028, dude. Chiefs just
Vikings
won 2 more Super Bowls.
Did the Vikes get any in there? They get one.
They did not.
Dang it.
They did get a playoff win.
Yes.
All right. So the Chargers on the clock. If the Chiefs want to trade up, I'm not saying they will, but it would be this is ideal territory for the Chiefs here.
Yeah.
You can trade with some NFC teams. especially the Vikings. Like, they need picks. Now, I will say this. Who was it? Jordan Schultz saying the Giants have been actively trying to trade back end around 1?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That could very well be with the Vikings.
That's best case scenario from a Vikings perspective, is
They
to
only
have
have
a
4
bidding
picks.
war for their pick.
Yeah. They only have 4 picks.
If there's multiple teams trying to trade back up into the first round, ideally you got a little bidding war going on.
I'm just looking at the interweb, trying to see if we know the next pick. I don't see it yet. I want to go back to ESPN's best player available and see just kind of who's left, who's around. So, who's up? Remind me, my memory sucks.
The Chargers.
Chargers, okay. So if they want to go receiver, you got Matthew Golden, you got Jaden Higgins, who I do like a lot. That's probably a second-round guy. Luther Burden III is still available. If you want to go tight end, I don't know that you go Arroyo. Mason Taylor's still available. And where else are you going to go? Let's go to overall here. Will Johnson still available? James Pierce Jr. Yeah. Remember, Bosa's gone. They could very well go defensive end here. Mike Green, James Pierce Jr.
Ooh, yeah, Mike Green.
Couple corners still available. Jahad Campbell. Casey with the 5. Dang, who's left in round 1 that would take a quarterback? Sanders looks like a round 2 guy. Are we trading up for Simmons still, you think? I think he's our guy. He might be. The thing is, like, if the Chiefs do trade up, there we go. If the Chiefs do trade up for Simmons, they're happy about his medicals, not concerned. If they do not trade up and they actually pass on him, the medicals were a concern to some extent there. So, yeah, we will see. He is within striking range, though. Josh Connerly Jr. is still available, too. Is the pick in? We got to be getting close here. The Chargers are still on the clock. You guys want to see what I bought from Rally House today? Did we walk through Rally House after eating Chipotle and I bought one thing? Here, I got you. I got to get it. I got a football. Like a little stress. They called it like a stress ball, dude. We could throw it. We were playing catch with it. I feel like this is going to come in handy for the streams. We got the football. All right, so again, I was just being completely random there for no reason at all. I just stepped on the football and it made me think about it. Chargers are on the clock at 22. Green Bay is next, and that's home. You're at Lambeau here.
Yep, they're going to boo or go crazy.
They trade back out of round 1. The Vikings are after that.
I'm nervous.
Love that store. Dude, Rally House was overwhelming. I'm not going to lie. Because there was so much in there. It was like, I don't know what to get. Texans are taking a tackle. I mean, they need a tackle pretty bad. O-line. I mean, here's the thing. If the Chiefs are high enough on Simmons and they want him, you probably need to leapfrog the Rams, who could take a tackle, but for sure the Texans. Remember, they traded away Laramie Tunzel. They got really no quality long-term answer there. They signed Cam Robinson to a 1-year deal. But, yeah, you need to leapfrog the Texans if you want somebody. Do they actually do that? We shall see. I mean, we are right up in the range. We have 3,000 people in chat, man. Hope you guys are doing well. I know for a lot of Chiefs fans, it's been a sad couple of months, but you know what? You're focused on the new season now. You got curb stomped in the Super Bowl because of the O-line, so do the Chiefs address it early? We'll see. They traded away Joe Thuney for a future pick, I think a 2026 4th or 5th, I can't remember which. You signed Jalen Moore to a 2-year deal. You still have Creed. Franchise tag Trey Smith. You have Jawan Taylor for 1 more year. We'll see what they do. But I will say this. If you can protect Patrick Mahomes, you win Super Bowls. If you don't protect Patrick Mahomes, you get blown out in Super Bowls. I mean, it's kind of the floor is still very high. Okay, AFC Championship and overtime is the floor so far in the Patrick Mahomes era, which is stupid.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, I just laugh when I talk about that. But if you protect Patrick Mahomes, you can win games throwing to whoever. That's why O-line needs to be heavily considered here. I'm not saying they do it, but it can't be something you just completely dismiss because of arm length or this or that, medicals. I mean, to some extent, you should have pause on Simmons' medicals. I get that for sure. Again, the Chargers are on the clock at pick 22. What? Do you have chat open?
Yeah.
Read Roman's comment. Do you see it? Roman Hughes. He said, I'll just read it. He said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings took Sanders.
I would be.
Shador Sanders? He's got to be trolling you.
Yeah, gotta be.
I mean, is it because you need a QB2?
I mean,
You need like a vet, though.
Yeah, for sure. We're looking for a vet.
Part of me thought he was trolling you a little bit. That's what I thought.
Definitely don't see that happening. They could be a team that another team trades for their spot to get Shador Sanders, but them taking Shador Sanders, I don't see it happening. But we've seen crazier things happen in the NFL.
The big bro said I cried after the Super Bowl. The only Super Bowl I ever shed a tear during was Super Bowl 54, when I knew the Chiefs were going to win their first ever Super Bowl of my lifetime. That's the only thug tear I shed during a Super Bowl. But I was very sad during Super Bowl 59. I was numb. I was just numb, dude. I had like 10,000 people in chat saying Chiefs suck for like 5 hours. Oh, man. All right.
Have the Chargers been on the clock for
They've been on the clock for an hour, dude.
Bro?
What are we waiting on, dude?
This dude said the Vikings are taking Shiloh Sanders, Deion's other son, the safety.
Oh. I don't follow like that. I didn't even know. Matt with the 5 bomb. Thank you so much, man. He said, Texans also need a wide receiver. Lost Diggs, and Dell may never be the same if and when he returns. They do have Nico, but yes, I just think when you look at the Texans, if they have a tackle that they're high enough on because of that situation, trading away Laramie, Tunzel, and signing Cam Robinson, and then like some of their other offensive lineman moves were kind of questionable as well. If you look at the Texans, I know you can't really read this, but they have a 56% chance of taking an offensive lineman round 1. 23% chance, though, of taking a receiver. So you are right. Their defense is stacked. They traded for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Oh, we got the pick?
Chargers, Amari and Hampton.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Amari and Hampton.
Oh, God. I do not like that. It's a good pick for them. Oh, they got Hampton. Really?
Yep.
I do not like that at all.
Him and Najee Harris for a year, and then it's go time with Hampton from there.
Oh, man. Where did you see that?
I
don't see it.
Well, Dov Kleiman, for whatever that's worth, but I saw it from another source first. Connor Hughes was who I saw it from first. He is NFL reporter for
Dov
SNY, covering the Jets and Giants. Got 100,000 followers.
All right. Tag me or something. I can't find it.
I've only seen it from those two, though.
We're getting close. If it is Hampton, it makes sense. Like, they're taking 5 hours.
For real.
That's a good pick, dude, if that's who they actually got.
Yeah, man, I like that. That's kind of what I was talking about when you were in the bathroom. Like, I could see it just with Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, O-line and a solid run game.
Yep.
10,000%. The pick is in. Maybe it is Hampton. The pick is in for the Chargers.
Yep. Adam Schefter.
And the Packers are on the clock. The Chargers got Hampton?
Yes, sir. All right. What are the Packers going to do here?
They did. Crazy.
Will Johnson to the Packers?
That's a good get for the Chargers, man. I mean, That's what Harbaugh wants to do. Bully you in the trenches and run the ball down your throat. Big pause. But that's it. I mean, Hampton's a great pick. I would assume the Chargers thought he would be a Bronco. But when he's available and Loveland's gone, that's too good to pass up.
Yeah.
That's too good to pass up. Andy with the 2 this 10 minutes is taking 33 minutes. Yeah, facts. Kyle with the 5. Troy, so good to see you again, bro. What position do you think the Vikings will address first? They're going to address trading back.
Yeah. If they don't trade back, guard, offensive lineman, interior O-line, or running back. Also wouldn't shock me if Will Johnson's still there to see them go corner.
Packers on the clock, and then the Vikings are up next. 2 NFC teams. Back-to-back here.
But I'm hoping at this point, with Gray Zabel and Omari and Hampton off the board, I'm kind of hoping they just trade back.
That's such a good get. I'm still stuck on Hampton to the Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a fun duo with him and Najee Harris.
Yeah, just even him being the future of that organization's ground game. It's a good get. Great get, man. Jennifer, thanks so much for the 5 gifted. Let's freaking go. We are now within trade-up territory for the Kansas City Chiefs, though. Like, if they want to trade up, this is the time to do it. Maybe not the Packers, but the Vikings. Sorry, I heard the broadcast say something about Chiefs fans, and I was like, what? No, they're just, I don't know what they're talking about here. Just random people in the crowd. Yeah, the Vikings would be the primary trade up. Somebody said puppy cam. I did have that last year. She's down here sleeping. Can I turn my phone on to show you guys? Would that work? Let me see what happens if I do this. Oh, shoot. It might work. Oh, there she is. She's been sleeping, guys.
Let's go. Casey Cam.
She's been sleeping. See, she's just chilling. She's sleeping.
She'll
I played
wake up
fetch
when
with
the
her
Chiefs are on the
earlier.
clock.
She's good to go. Say hi, Casey. See, she didn't even look up when I called her name. That's how you know she's
Zonked.
tired. Okay, I need to flip that. Me, then no, me.
Hello.
You okay? There we go. Is this right? No, you, then me. Bro, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go, dude. Holy hell. Okay, so the Chargers selected Omarion Hampton at 22.
Let's just keep it
And
on
the
Casey
Packers
for the
are
rest
on
of
the
the first round.
clock. Oh man, and the Packers are on the clock at 23. Bro, I switched. I couldn't get it figured out, bro. Do we have who they got? They need. No, tank 7. No, that's not why. I just couldn't figure it out. Cornerback, wide receiver. Do they finally take a round 1 wide receiver? Remember, this is home. Screaming go Pack go right now.
Boo.
Yeah, you're a Vikings fan, so you don't like that. Let's see. The Packers have a 32% chance of taking D-line, 26% chance taking corner. I mean, you've got a couple corners still available. Are they going to pick the edge rushers, Donovan E? Because I don't know how to pronounce his full name. It's a beast. Do we have the answer here? Whoa, Eagles discussing moving up with the Packers?
Oh, shoot.
What?
Oh, interesting. Adam
Jordan
Schefter.
Schultz.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, Eagles discussing moving up with the Packers right now.
Dang.
What'd you say? What were you saying?
I was just going to say Adam Schefter said that Will Johnson has a knee issue that has concerned some NFL teams and helps explain why he has still not been selected.
Huh, okay. Yeah, Michigan cornerback Will Johnson Jr. has a knee issue. Okay. How well known is that? I mean, I haven't been paying attention to round 1 corners because I just knew the Chiefs weren't taking one. Well, I figured they weren't. Can't rule that out completely.
Yeah, so it seems like this was I didn't know, I'll be very honest. I did not know about it either, but yeah, it has been an issue that teams have known about.
The Eagles are discussing moving up with the Packers. Who could the Eagles be wanting? They're at 32. They have a 37% chance of going D-line.
Bro, if Goodell comes out there and announces...
Hold on, sorry. Malachi Starks. What about Malachi Starks for the Eagles?
Yeah, that's it.
They traded away CJ.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, that's somebody that I have seen in mocks for them if he fell to like 32. But maybe, they don't think he's going to fall, so go up and get your guy. I was just saying, bro, Packers fans might riot if they trade back to the Super Bowl champions at Lambeau Field.
They would. What's up, Chiefs Productions? Eagles want a real QB? Okay. Jalen Hurts is a good QB. He's like, I don't know. It's pretty divisive where people have him right now because he just won the Super Bowl. Like, I get that, but he's top 10 for sure. If you want to argue him into the top 5, go ahead. I don't know if I can do that, but he's a good quarterback for sure, man. They have a 1% chance of taking a QB in the first round. Just saying.
Okay, well, Mike Garofalo and Jordan
No
Schultz,
trade.
Yeah, no trade.
No trade. Packers are picking. Okay. So the question is, who did the Eagles want? Interesting. Cole, Chiefs need a DB? Yeah, the Chiefs could go DB round 1. I wouldn't rule that out. Josh Connerly had the fastest 10-yard split. Why trade up for Simmons?
Oh, shoot. Packers, they took a receiver in round 1, finally.
No way.
Matthew
Hold on, wait.
Golden.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to guess that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Matthew Golden, huh?
Matthew Golden. How about it?
Wow.
Burner.
Adding some deep speed at receiver could be critical with Christian Watson's 2025 season in question as he rehabs from an ACL tear. So that's a good get.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. You got the burner. 4.2940. Yeah, heck yeah. That's a fun pick for the Packers at their home draft. Like a round 1 burner receiver. Fans are going to freak out.
I'm about to freak out. I'm about to throw up. Vikings are on the clock. Here we go. I said I didn't care that much this year, but I lied.
The Vikings are on the clock. They only have 4 picks. Do they... Here's the thing. If the Eagles were discussing trading with the Packers and trying to move up, why don't they move up with the Vikings?
Maybe they do.
Maybe. Or does a team that want a quarterback trade up? Giants? Browns? We'll see.
I wonder how many teams are like kind of split on Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders and are waiting until one of them goes, and then they could trade up to the next pick. Will Johnson to the Vikings, maybe?
Jeremy Green thinks Eagles wanted Golden.
All right. Take Will Johnson.
Troy's nervous.
I will say...
Point that mic at your face.
This is elite draft analysis right here, but Will Johnson has been an absolute dog for my Madden franchise. So I've taken him in the top 10. So the fact that he's still here, I mean, come on. How's that for some draft analysis?
Wow, dude. Thank you.
I got Madden comps.
Thank you, man. Sanders to the Vikings? Well, people keep saying that in chat. Troy is mad red. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Rosacea and sunburn.
Rosacea, sunburn, whatever. Something else.
Something else.
Yeah, something
Camera.
else. Yeah, camera.
It's a combo.
It's just it's a bad stew brewing.
Vikings are on the clock at 24 and have been very open to trading down. They have the fewest picks of any team in the draft with only 4. I'm told the Giants are trying to get back into the first round per league source. Josina Anderson 3 minutes ago. The Giants are picking. They're going to draft Shedeur Sanders.
No way. Okay.
That's a guess.
Okay.
Sorry. I said that very sorry. Yeah, I said that very matter of fact.
I was like, wait.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
All right. Okay.
Sanders going to the Rams.
Interesting. Okay.
These are just comments.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like that though. Fran Tarkenton.
Here, they're going to announce it on the broadcast. They got a receiver. They're freaking out. They're freaking out.
Bro, it's the first round 1 receiver for Green Bay since 2002.
Yeah, since 2002, the first round 1 receiver for the Packers, and the crowd is going absolutely ape. They're going bonkers. All right, so the Vikings are on the clock at 24 after the Packers just selected Matthew Golden, the burner out of Texas. Ran a 4.29 40. Whoa, I don't know what happened. That website just completely blacked out and it scared me. Weird. I don't know why I did that.
I don't know why I'm so nervous right now for this pick.
Why? Bro, why? Don't be nervous. They're going to trade it back. You know they're trading back. The Vikings have 4 picks.
I'm all restless and fidgety.
Thanks, Evan. No, Troy hasn't had any drink.
Nah, bro. Well, I'm on about 200 milligrams of cold brew. 200 milligrams of caffeine, that is.
I'm still sipping on cold. I need to finish this energy drink or I'm never going to bed. I should probably stop. It's so late to drink energy. Oh, screw it.
Nah, it's like noon for us, dude.
I literally went from I think I should stop to chugging the rest. All right, we good.
Travion Henderson? Will Johnson?
All right, the Vikings are on the clock, and I mean, what are your biggest needs?
Oh, yeah, Donovan Jackson. Donovan Jackson.
No
Got him.
way?
Guard. Let's go.
Are you
Good
sure?
job, boys. Alec Lewis, who is the Vikings beat reporter. Vikings are taking Ohio State offensive lineman Donovan Jackson at number 24. Okay. All right.
I mean, you needed an interior lineman.
So we signed Ryan Kelly, center, signed Will Fries, right guard, have 2 bookend tackles in Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. The weak spot of the line was the left guard position. So if he could step in and be a day 1 starter, that would be phenomenal. But I like it, man. Address the need.
Bro, I am very surprised that you guys did not trade back.
Me too, man. I mean, they
You had
must have
4
just
picks.
Yeah, they must have not gotten a good enough offer. An enticing enough offer.
Crazy, dude.
All right. Dang, bro, we're almost done with
We moving.
we're 75% of the way through. Is that how math works?
So if what you said is confirmed, I haven't seen that anywhere else, but you follow local Vikings people, so they would probably know.
Yep.
But the Vikings are picking Donovan Jackson.
Donovan Jackson.
He has tackle flexibility. Did you know he played left tackle last year when Josh Simmons went down due to injury? Donovan Jackson kicked outside.
I like that.
Yeah, so he's got flexibility.
And that's interesting because Christian Darrisaw is recovering from an ACL tear halfway through the season. Maybe he's a guy that starts at left tackle. I mean, that would be kind of wild to throw a rookie in right away at starting left tackle. But I love the flexibility. That's great.
Heck yeah. It makes sense if you couldn't find a partner to trade back with, it makes sense you take an interior guy.
Yeah.
That has flexibility as a tackle if you had to. So that's good value, I think, for the Vikings, even though he wasn't mocked a lot in the first round. But I do like that, and it makes sense. Now, the Texans are also in need of offensive linemen.
Very much so.
Wide receiver as well. We talked about them just a little bit ago, about the odds of them getting an offensive lineman or a wide receiver. If the Texans pass on Josh Simmons, I might be a little concerned about his medicals at this point. If he's still around, maybe he just literally falls into the laps of the Kansas City Chiefs, but Josh Connerly Jr. is still available. They could take him, talking about the Texans. I mean, I'm very curious to see what happens here. We're getting very close. I do think the Chiefs might have missed their trade-up territory potentially. I mean, I don't know that the Texans would trade up with them, but if you look here,
maybe the Rams.
The Rams, I wouldn't rule that out. And I guess you can't ever rule out a team completely because how many times the Chiefs they traded with the Bills a couple times, and that's very surprising to me. They traded over the Bills before too, but the Rams, yes. I don't know that the Ravens would like to trade with the Chiefs to help them at all, considering their history. The Lions, like last year, I think the Chiefs traded up from 32 to 28 to take Xavier Worthy. So you could find a small trade partner potentially. The Commanders are at 29 and they might need picks. I don't know how many picks they have, but they traded for who's the cornerback they traded for before the trade deadline last year?
Who's that? The
Commanders.
Oh, Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, Lattimore. They made another trade this offseason as well. So the Commanders could be a very small trade-up partner to leapfrog the Bills once again, dude. I swear, if the Chiefs leapfrog the Bills again, if they do it, I'm going to freak.
You know that player is a certified Hall of Famer. Just book it. Whoever they take. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, the Giants are on the clock.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
The Giants are on the clock. Texans traded number 5 to the Giants.
It's got to be Jackson Dart, right?
It's got to be a quarterback.
I'm calling Jackson Dart. That's my...
Ooh. The Giants are on the clock.
What'd they give up?
I don't know yet. I don't have that.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Pick 34, a 2025 third, and a future 6th.
Where are you seeing that?
This says to the Field Yates says they traded with the Rams. Field Yates says to the Rams for pick 26. But then everyone, Mike Garofalo is saying 25.
I'm seeing conflicting reports.
Me
Look,
too.
The Rams are trading and the Giants are on the clock. The Texans trade. So who is it?
Interesting.
The Giants are taking a quarterback for sure. Texans trade back. I think it's the Texans. They're on the clock.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So the Giants are on the clock. They traded with the Texans. So the Texans are out of round 1 and they needed a tackle. That's interesting. Okay.
So Mike Garofalo and Tom Pelissero reposted this, but in exchange for pick 25, in exchange for pick 34, 99, and a 2026 third rounder.
Right here, yep. Oh, yeah, right here. The Texans trade 25 for the Giants in exchange for 34, 99, and a third rounder in 2026. So that means the Texans, who needed a tackle, are no longer in front of the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's big.
I'm not saying the Chiefs take a tackle for sure. Josh Connerly Jr., Josh Simmons, I'm not saying that happens. But the path to them getting one of those two became a lot easier.
Yeah, heck yeah.
The Giants are getting a quarterback. The question is, who are they getting? Who did you say Brian Daboll was really high on?
Jackson Dart.
If Dart goes before Sanders, how surprising is that? I mean, that's got to be pretty surprising.
I mean, from the initial mocks, like early in the offseason, everything was Sanders is QB2. Like Cam Ward, QB1, Sanders, QB2. And then the Jackson Dart buzz just kept kind of building and building. And there it is. Jackson Dart to the Giants.
Oh, boom. Shoot. Jackson Dart to the Giants before Shedeur Sanders. Daboll was high on him. There you go. The Giants traded up into the end of round 1 and got themselves a quarterback. Now, the Giants are in an okay situation here in the sense of, like, who do they have? They have Russell Wilson,
Jameis Winston,
and Jameis Winston. Yeah. Daboll is on the hot seat, and so is it Joe Shane, their GM?
Yep.
You need to win now. I don't know, dude. I mean, you're not winning now with Jackson Dart. I don't even know if you're winning now with Russell Wilson. They talked with Aaron Rodgers. It didn't work out.
Man.
I mean, yeah. Very interesting, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he's probably heading into training camp. He's going to be QB3. You sign Russ to a 1-year deal. Jameis is on a 2-year, $8 million deal or something like that.
I think you can get out of it possibly after a year.
Jameis.
I don't know the contract details off the top of my head, but can't rule that out. But, dude, I love that. The Giants, who did they get early? Who'd they get early? They got Abdul Carter. That's a good get. That D-line became nice. And then, you know what? If the Giants go 500 and miss the playoffs, but they got Jackson Dart in the back pocket. Maybe Dayball isn't gone after all, but if you have a losing season, I think he's done.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go 500 anymore, by the way, on a 17-game schedule. So close to 500. Interesting. So with that being said, the Giants selected a quarterback, Jackson Dart. The Rams are on the clock. The Texans traded out. They are now pick 33, which is obviously the first pick of the second round. The Chiefs are up in 6 picks or so.
Yeah, we're getting there.
The Rams could be trade candidates, I guess. An NFC team. So could the Lions or Commanders. Countess with the 18 months. Glad you're live for the draft. Heck yeah, I can't log into my Fubo or NFL Plus right now, so listen to you instead. Heck yeah, let's go. Glad you guys are here. We've got 3,300 in chat because the Chiefs pick is getting close. They're getting ever so close.
Man. And
the Rams are on the clock.
It's looking more and more like Shador is going to fall out of the first. You look at all these teams, Rams, Matthew Stafford, Ravens, Lamar Jackson.
Stafford's like old.
Yeah, that's true. They just extended him to like a multi-year deal, but you're right. He is old.
He's probably my fifth. He might be my QB5 though, still in the NFL.
Yeah, he's still a top QB in the league. But yeah, they could take Shador and sit him for a couple of years.
He's 37. I mean, that's pretty old.
That is pretty old.
That's pretty old.
But I mean, other than that, you just go down the list: Lions, Jared Goff, Commanders, Jaden Daniels, Bills, Josh Allen,
Lamar.
Mahomes.
He's not
like, yeah. So
it's just one of those things where it's like, do they trade back? If you look at round 2, I'm going to it on the screen share. Like the Browns are pick 33. Where are the Giants?
I think they just traded their 34, so it's the Texans now at 34.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was confused for a second. Yeah. Dude, the Browns have 33 and 36 if they want to get a QB because they traded back, remember?
Yeah.
From 2 to 5 and got that extra pick.
Yep.
Right here, 36. The Patriots don't need a QB. The Bears don't need a QB. The Saints could maybe from pick 40. The Browns.
The Falcons traded up to 26.
Whoa, okay.
According to Mike Garofalo.
Where were the Falcons had 46. You just said they traded up to
26, yeah.
Really? Falcons trade up to 26. Okay.
What are they doing?
Falcons need edge.
They took
Now, who did they take?
They took an edge rusher. I can't remember who it was.
Was it Jalen Walker?
Yes, at 15. Yep.
Okay. So, what else do they need? They need they need D-line. Who are they high on that they moved up from 40 to get? Falcons go tackle Josh Simmons?
Yeah, I mean, protect.
Do you double dip D-line?
They could.
They need interior and edge.
Yeah.
Cornerback?
Will Johnson.
Interesting. This has been fun. We've had a lot of moves.
Okay, so we have the details for that trade. So the Falcons trade 46. Oh, shoot. They traded a future first.
What?
They traded 46 to 42, which that must be like a 7th or something, a very late round pick. So 46, 242, and a 2026 first rounder for the Rams 26 and the 101. So that's going to be like an early 4th.
Who said that?
Mike Garofalo. He's on it, bro.
Yeah. So the Falcons just traded up from 46 to 26.
They're getting absolutely roasted on X, Twitter, whatever, that they got fleeced, the Falcons.
What is happening? Who do they want so bad?
The Falcons, they're just committed to just like having some crazy draft every year, some crazy round 1.
I mean, I guess. Crazy. Who's some of the best players still available? Will Johnson, James Pierce Jr. Here, I'll screen share. You got Will Johnson still, James Pierce Jr., If you want corner, I mean, you've got a couple. Maxwell Hairston. They already got that outside linebacker. So you don't double dip.
Yeah,
do
two
you?
edge rushers.
Surely not. Who's Shirley anyway?
Temple.
Temple. Do we have the answer? That's insane. The Falcons are trading a future first to the Rams to come back into round 1.
I mean, that could be a pretty high pick next year.
Yeah, well,
That could be a top 20 pick.
they're hoping not.
Top 16. Yeah, they're hoping not, but who knows with Michael Penix?
Yeah, true. Well,
That
you
could be
got
a
Kirk
top half of
Cousins,
the
dude.
first
He could
round.
lead. He could pick up the reins.
Yeah.
Here's something we're not seeing. You're saying, the Falcons got fleeced. What if they trade Kirk Cousins? I mean, I don't know how much draft capital he really going to command, because they want a team to take on like $20 million of his salary.
Yeah. That's a tough ask.
All right, do we have an update? Somebody said they think it's James Pierce Jr. I'm trying to see if there's anything. I don't. There's nothing out yet. So again, in case you guys are like, "Hey, what the heck is going on?" I'm gonna go back to the screen for you. Give me a second,
Bro, it's James Pierce Jr.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody said that in chat. They must have seen it before us. God, they traded up. They did double dip.
Wow.
The Falcons at 15 took linebacker / outside edge, defensive end, whatever you want to call it, Jalen Walker. They then traded up from 46 to 26 to get James Pierce Jr. You know what? I bet you the Chiefs probably had him on their radar. Here's the thing. For the Falcons to do that, he was a true round 1 grade, and he was still available. And they're like, let's go get him.
Yeah.
If you trade Kirk Cousins, I'm not saying you do it during the draft, but you recoup some draft capital. You don't get a first round pick for Cousins, right?
No chance.
Okay. They gave up a first, though, to go get Pierce Jr. That's crazy.
Yeah, they were a team. I mean, I'm just looking at their stats from last year. Their highest sack getter, I'm going to butcher his name, but I'm not even going to try. But he had 6 sacks.
Who?
Oh, here we go, brother. Arnold Ebekit.
Ebuketi?
Yeah, that guy. You know, we all know him. Household name, of course.
He lives next door.
So he had 6 sacks. Matthew Judon was next with 5.5. I'm pretty sure he's gone. So, yeah. It was a big need.
James Pierce Jr.
It's a lot.
26th overall to the Falcons. Wow. The Ravens are on the clock now. The Ravens need a quarterback. Just kidding, guys. The Ravens need... Well, they brought back Ronnie Stanley. Maybe you could go interior. I wonder what draft IQ says for the Ravens. 36% chance they take a D-line. You can't rule out safety either. They got D-Hop, Cooper Rush, and Chidobe Awuzie, cornerback, but they lost Patrick McCarry, that's an offensive lineman, Brandon Stevens, that's a cornerback, linebacker Malik Harrison, defensive tackle Michael Pierce retired, and then they lost safety Marcus Williams, but he was released. Interesting. So the Ravens are on the clock, but the Chiefs are getting ever so close here. The Ravens pick at 27. The Chiefs are at 31. You got the Lions, the Commanders, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Josh Simmons is still available. Josh Connerly Jr. is still available. Luther Burden III is still available. Let's look at the best players available right now. I'll be curious to see. Will Johnson, Maxwell Hairston, Jahad Campbell, Mike Green, Josh Simmons, Nick, is it Emonworry? Or Troy, I don't know. But here's the one I can't pronounce. Donovan E. Easy. Donovan E. Somebody in the chat tell me how to pronounce that name, please. Travion Henderson still available. Malachi Starks.
I don't know if
Ravens
you
need a
already went
running
over
back.
this.
Ravens need a running back. Maybe like depth, like a RB2?
Derrick Henry's pretty. He's getting up there in age.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true, actually.
I think this might be a contract year for him too. I was just looking at these teams. You might have already addressed this, and I just wasn't listening.
Yeah, safety. What about Malachi Starks?
Like any of these teams ahead of the Chiefs don't really need a left tackle, right? Ravens have Ronnie Stanley.
Bills. They got is it Dawkins?
Yeah, Deion Dawkins, Laramie Tunzel. I'm blanking. I know Penei Sewell's a right tackle. I'm blanking on their left tackle, but I know the Lions have a good left tackle. So there's none of these teams ahead of them have a real major need. Of course, some team could jump the Chiefs.
I don't know if they're even worried about that now. Taylor Decker, by the way.
Okay.
For the Lions. I mean, if the Chiefs don't have a true round 1 grade on anybody else, Brett Veach said exploring a trade out of round 1 is a possibility, but the only thing is, who? Like the Giants were one of them. Are the Browns wanting to trade up like 2 picks? Don't they have one of the first picks of the second round?
Yeah, I think they have 33 and 36.
It's just if you want to take if you want to take Shador maybe and have the ability to pick up his 5th-year option, I mean that's a possibility.
Yeah. I did just look, and Taylor Decker is going to be 32 in August.
Okay.
So the Lions could be looking to draft his replacement. They love O-line, so.
Hey, Jordan Schultz. Reaction by one source to the Falcons trading a future first to come back in. WTF. Oh, no. Crazy, man. Reaps with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, man. We have almost 4,000 people in chat right now waiting to see what the Chiefs do here in round 1. Again, Brett Veach said they only have 12 to 14 true round 1 grades. The way that the tackles are falling, I mean, you could go Josh Simmons. You could go Josh Connerly Jr. These are just 2 guys frequently mocked. But the fact that Simmons hasn't been scooped up, that knee it's a concern. The patellar tendon injury is more difficult to recover from than an ACL. It's more difficult to recover from, especially when you're 330 plus pounds. Jeremy Jones with the 29 months. Let's go. Everybody passed on Simmons. Medical maybe, but we got more for the rehab. Yeah, so if the Chiefs want to take a flyer on Simmons, he's probably going to be there. And you have Jalen Moore there as your left tackle that could allow Simmons to redshirt for year 1 in the system with the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, I wouldn't, at this point, if they want to go Josh Connerly as well, that's an option. Both, like Josh Connerly might need a year in the system, and he could be your right tackle, maybe, if Jawan Taylor moves on after this year. And you can never have too much depth. This is my thing about if the Chiefs take a tackle round 1, everyone's like, oh, they're fine. They got Jalen Moore. What the hell happens if Jalen Moore does something to his body injury-wise during a game? Who's going out there at left tackle? Kingsley? Wanye? You want to do that again? So that's kind of where I'm like, okay, if you want to go left tackle, I could get it. Even if it's a guy that you're like, well, he's not the greatest lineman in this draft. Like, I understand. Protect Patrick Mahomes and you win Super Bowls. Fail to protect Patrick Mahomes, you get blown out in the Super Bowl. I'm going to go back to that. I'm not going to be pissed if the Chiefs don't take one of these guys. Don't get me wrong, because if they have a true round 1 grade on somebody else and they get a different position altogether, that's fine. I'm going to trust in their process. This is a very important draft, though, for the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to get it right. Oh, the Ravens pick is in, bro.
Malachi Starks.
That's a good get.
Safety.
I said that.
Yep. Perfect Ravens.
Because they needed a safety. Malachi Starks, I've seen, he's one of your top safeties of this entire draft class.
Him next to Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's a good get for the Ravens. So with that being said, you know that pick. That's another non-offensive lineman pick if you want to go O-line. Jason with the 10 said Cousins, I believe, has a no-trade clause. Yep, the Dirty Birds are crazy. Rodgers might just pull in the parking lot. Keep up the hard work. Enjoy a cigar and a good pour of bourbon waiting on the Chiefs, or you're enjoying one. Let's go, Jason. Yeah, so Cousins has a no-trade clause. You're right. But he's made it clear that he wants to go play for a team that he can be the quarterback at, right? So he would waive his no trade clause if it's to go play for it. Like, the reality is with Kirk Cousins, like, he probably feels literally betrayed, which is fine. He's making a piss ton of money, whatever. But he signed a multi-year deal with the Falcons for them to sign Michael Penix or draft Michael Penix like a month later. And then he took over the starting role at the end of the season. So Kirk Cousins would probably waive that no trade clause. The Lions are on the clock after the Baltimore Ravens. I got to open up a garage beer with the Chiefs getting close here. Just feels fitting. Both girls are fast asleep. Oh, let's go. My wife just texted me. She's in Arkansas on vacay. I like how I'm like Troy, like I tell you, like, dude, I know. I know, dude. Jason, thanks again for the 10 bomb, man. Jeremy Jones with the 29 months. Reaps with the 5 gifted. The Lions. What are they going to do here? They need O-line. Marcus Davenport's there, but yeah.
He's not really there.
Yeah, he's not who he was. And then Aiden Hutchinson is coming back off of that nasty injury.
Yeah.
Can they go D-line?
Yeah, that's a good call. Mike Green?
He's there. 50% chance they go D-line.
Okay.
According to draft IQ, NFL draft IQ. I mean, again, this is next-gen stats. It's not like they can't break from that.
Yeah.
Edge, O-line, safety, defensive line. Donovan Jackson's been mocked to them, but he's gone.
Yeah, the Lions were 23rd in sacks. They only had 37 sacks as a team last year.
Yeah, because Hutchison went down.
Yep.
And that was his leg snapped.
Yeah, that was a nasty
He
injury.
pulled a in UFC terms.
Oh, the Anderson Silva?
Yeah, he pulled a Silva, man. That was a nasty one.
And what's crazy, bro?
Harry said, I'll open a beer with you. And then Sean with the 5 said, Ezaruku. Donovan.
Oh, did he give us
Ezaruku. Ezaraku. Not we will rock you. Rock you. What? All right. Thank you, Sean, for the 5. Now I know when he gets drafted, we're going to go back to this dono bomb, and I'm going to say it with my chest. First try, like I know it. Harry Countryman with the 2 bomb. Thank you so much. I'll open a beer with you. Cheers. Captain Redbeard with the 2, man. Will Johnson would be insane with McDuffie. Supposedly he's fallen because of some knee issue. Do we have the next pick in?
I don't see it yet. I'm
not yet.
Looking for it.
The Lions are on the clock.
Bro, going back to their D-line room, I'm just looking at their numbers from last year. This is insane. Aiden Hutchinson, bro, he played 5 games and still led the team in sacks.
Oh my
he had 7.5 sacks.
Wow.
And the next leader was Zadarius Smith, who only played 8 games. Like, they need an edge rusher. So wouldn't shock me if it was Mike Green.
Man. Yeah, especially because you just don't know. Like, Aiden Hutchinson, it might take him a while, dude. Like, he might play this year. I'm not saying he won't, but he might not look the same for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good call. Hannah with the 6-month. Let's freaking go tier. My call is Josh Simmons in our first round pick. It could very well happen. We've talked about him a lot on this channel. Chiefs need that left tackle first, then wide receiver next. I'll take that. Eric and Casey said, I'm having flashbacks from last year's Sua Matsuia. Dude, I butchered that name so bad. I tried to pronounce his last name for like 10 minutes on stream. Chiefs will select Josh Simmons, said Trey. The pick is in for the Lions, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know who, but it says their pick is in.
Okay, I'm not seeing it yet, but...
Okay. I don't see it either.
Yeah, it does say it. Pick is in on NFL.com.
Pick is in. The Lions' pick is in. That was a horrible attempt. I'm sorry. I apologize. Brian, thanks so much for the 5 bomb. Giants chose Jackson Dart over Sanders. They did, yeah. It just must have been higher on their board than Sanders.
Oh, here we go.
Hog Farmer said, I want something sexier than a left tackle. Yeah, but I just don't want Mahomes to get absolutely demolished in the Super Bowl. I don't care if it's sexy or not. You got the pick in?
Pick is in. Lions are selecting Ohio State defensive tackle Tyleik Williams,
Okay.
28.
Bro, when you said Ohio State, I was like, yep, Josh Simmons.
Yeah.
He gone. But that didn't make any sense.
Man. Okay. So what do we got? Just 2 more picks. 2 more picks.
We got more than 2, right? 29, 30,
29.
31, 32. Oh, until the Chiefs
Yeah,
pick.
just to the Chiefs. Yep.
So the Lions are selecting Ohio State defensive tackle Tyleik Williams. Yeah, he didn't go a lot in the first round, but when you just look at how the board fell, this is an example of like the Lions need the D-line help, and he was definitely not going to be available when they picked again. Kind of could look at that maybe like an FAU style pick. He wasn't going to be available. So with that being said, Tyleik Williams goes to the Lions at pick 28. You have the Commanders on the clock, pick 29. Andrew with the 20-month membership. Hey, Cole just joins. Who are we drafting? It's a great question. Some of the best players still available. You've got a couple corners. Will Johnson, he's supposedly falling because of a knee issue. That's concerning. But that's why Josh Simmons is still available too. Offensive tackle out of Ohio State. You got Maxwell Hairston. I don't think the Chiefs would take a round 1 linebacker. Mike Green still available. Edge rusher. Amon Worry. He's got a safety. You've got Donovan E. I don't have Sean's super chat pulled up. Travion Henderson. Josh Connerly Jr. is still available. Starks is gone. He just got picked. Jaden Higgins. Luther Burden's still available. Ariante Ursary still available. I mean, there's options here, but I don't know. The fact that Josh Simmons is still available and the Chiefs didn't trade up to get him makes me kind of think like, hey, his knee might actually be a bit of a concern here. So the Lions use pick 28 on Tyleik Williams. The Commanders are on the clock. They don't have a lot of... Can you look up how many draft picks they have, Troy?
Yep.
It can't be a lot. Unless I'm tripping.
Yeah, because they made the trade for Laramie Tunzel, and then like you said, was it a third they gave up for Marshawn Lattimore last year? Okay, here we go. They have number 29. They have their second. They don't have a third, and they don't have a fifth. So they have round 1, round 2, round 4, round 6, and round 7.
Okay.
They got 5 picks.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
But yeah, they could definitely be a team to trade down. If
How
somebody's trying
desperate
to
are
move
they?
up-
Like, I feel like that roster's pretty good because they've made a lot of moves.
Yeah.
Because you have Jaden on a rookie deal.
Yeah, this could definitely be a spot, though, for a team like the Browns, maybe. Somebody to come up and get Shador if they want him. Get that 5th-year option.
Yeah, unless they don't care about the 5th-year option and they're fine.
Yeah.
Even with a cheaper deal, like a round 2 deal because of Deshaun Watson, you know?
Yeah. That's true. It is a lesser salary. We kind of saw that with Will Levis a couple years ago. Like, thought he was going to be a round 1 guy and then ended up falling out of the first completely.
George Webster with the 2 bomb said Dylan Gabriel, Tez Johnson. Like, when do you think they're going? Because I know Dylan Gabriel's QB. He's QB 9 on Brugler's draft board.
You think he'd challenge Mahomes
Tez
for the
Johnson,
QB1 spot?
Wide receiver 16. I mean, none of them are going round 1. Oh, we got a Casey alert. She moved a little bit. That's my dog. Thank you for the 2 bomb, bro. Here, I want to show you guys proof that the dog moved. How do I want to do this? We'll go like this, maybe? Why is that so... There we go. Casey. Hi. Oh, I see the tail. How are you doing, buddy? Are you ready to see who the Chiefs pick for the draft? Are you ready? You gonna wag your tail? No? Okay. You gonna take another nap? Okay, bye. Goodbye, Casey. Until next time.
Peace.
Bill Brown with the 10 said, I predict, geez, I don't know. Well, the pick is in for the Commanders. Bill, thank you so much for the 10 bomb. One of the OGs on the channel. The pick is in for the Commanders.
Oh, shoot.
They need cornerback, wide receiver, and offensive line. Did the corner go?
Pick is in. It's an offensive tackle. You want to guess?
Yeah. Josh Connerly Jr.
Yep. Nailed it.
Josh Simmons' knee is a concern. So he's available for the Chiefs at 31. But the reason why the Chiefs could do it is because they can redshirt him this year. Remember, Josh Simmons was offensive tackle 1 of this draft by some until his knee injury. Josh Connerly Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Simmons is available at 31. Interesting. Okay, so the Commanders took Josh Connerly Jr. That's a good get for them. So the Bills are on the clock.
Bills are on the clock.
The Bills need cornerback help. They just traded away Kyer Elam. They got to take a corner. Right?
Will
You go to the Bills. They have a 37% chance of taking D-line. I mean, you got to think was it the Bills just signed Bosa?
Yeah, 1-year deal. Yep.
Yeah, but then the former Bronco,
Von
Miller, is 80 years old.
Yeah.
Cornerback is next on the list for the Bills at 25%. I know you guys can't see any of that, but I was just showing you. Okay. Here we go. Man, so we are very close here. The Bills are on the clock. The Bills are on the clock. I want to go over to the best remaining players. If I refresh this, would that help? So the Bills are on the clock, and they need a corner. I mean, you got 2 corners available. Will Johnson, Maxwell Hairston, and even Trey, if they want him out of Ole Miss. Josh Simmons is available for the Chiefs if they want him. I don't think the Bills are going to take a tackle here. I feel like they've got guys.
Could they go receiver?
They could go receiver because they lost Mac Hollins. You no longer have Diggs, obviously. You have Keon Coleman.
Yeah, you got Josh Palmer.
No, he's gone.
Is he gone?
No, wait, sorry. Josh Palmer was formerly a Charger.
Yeah.
They got him, but he's not even a bona fide one. Who's their deep...
Khalil Shakir is their slot guy, but none of them are really a
he's a little bit of a burner.
Yeah, none of them are really a bona fide wide receiver 1.
Jaden Higgins would be good. Luther Burden III. I'm just saying if the Bills want a receiver, I'm just looking at
Oh yeah, Luther Burden. Yep, I forgot about him.
They got running back still. Travion Henderson. Think about this. James Cook holding out, wants $15 million a year on the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
Could they say, yeah, go ahead and hold out, buddy? We got Travion Henderson. Or, I mean, James Cook's a freaking dog, dude. So, I'm not saying they would instantly replace him. Very interesting. Josh Simmons is the best remaining tackle, but the knee is a concern. You've got Ursary as well. The Bills are on the clock. Timothy with the 10 bomb. Thank you so much, bro. We got 10, 10, 10. Dial down the center. 10, 10, 220. Thank you, Timothy, for the 10. Bill Brown with another 10. I love it when the Bills play the Browns. Bill, you're funny. Take Burden. Could be. Why not take best player available? We've lacked a pass rusher. Yeah, that's another. I mean, they will take the best player available on their board. You don't have to go offensive tackle. The question is, based on the board and how it's fell, do they have a guy, D-line, that the Chiefs would be super high on? I mean, Mike Green. I mean, let me go back to I got to go back to Sean's pick or his super chat. another guy on the D-line. I mean, you've got Shamar Turner. He's a defensive tackle. Darius Alexander. You have Donovan Ezaraku. God, I couldn't even hit on the first time again. The Bills are still on the clock. Do you have anything?
Not seen anything yet.
Okay. Posted with the gifted. Thank you so much. Timothy with the 10. We've had like all these 10s back to back, man. Thank you guys. Higgins to KC. Bro, Jaden Higgins. I would be a little bit surprised, but I would love it. The pick is in for the Bills. The Chiefs are next.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Posted, thanks for the gifted. KMS with the 5. I'm hoping that Kansas City gets Devin Neal from Kansas. Probably not round 1, but he's definitely a possibility maybe in the 3rd. Coach Peel with the 2. Coach Peel, nice. Said, welcome to Chiefs Kingdom, Josh Simmons. It's a possibility right now. The Buffalo Bills pick at 30. The Chiefs are at 31. The Eagles are at 32. No trade up happened. The Lone Sharky with the 10. There's really no wrong move for the Chiefs here. No, I don't think so. There's several intriguing ways you could go. You could go Josh Simmons. You could go receiver. You could go Luther Burden, but I really think they need an outside guy. So Jaden Higgins is a possibility. You could try D-line or edge for sure. I mean, you can't rule out corner if they're for some reason pretty high on one of the corners still remaining. Oh, boy. I'm starting to get giddy, Troy.
I don't blame you, dude.
Waited 16 hours.
Pretty much.
Don't have the answer yet.
Yeah, still not seen the Bills pick.
Man, we getting close. Lone, thanks again for the 10, man. Why is Will Johnson not drafted yet? He's supposedly falling because of a knee issue that teams are concerned about. We might go Connor. Connor? Do you mean Connerly? He's gone. Connor? Yeah, Josh Connerly. If you meant Connerly, he's gone. He got selected 29th overall to the Commanders. The Bills pick is supposedly in at 30. The Chiefs are on the clock.
Let's go.
Oh, shoot. It's getting real. Who is it? Do you have the answer?
I don't, bro.
Okay. We don't have the answer yet.
Shadur Sanders, this tweet is kind of going crazy right now. 8 hours ago, he tweeted, "I'm built for whatever today may bring."
Yeah.
So with him falling, he's getting roasted. Oh, shoot.
We got 4,500
dude.
in chat. Bills are picking at third. Or the Eagles are moving up one spot with the Chiefs? What the?
What?
Eagles are on the clock at 31. With the enemy? That means the Chiefs weren't super high on anybody. Like, they're fine to do it. What?
Wow.
Eagles are on the clock at 31. Crazy.
What the heck? Oh, hey, the Bills went Maxwell Hairston, cornerback.
Okay. The Bills needed a corner. They got corner. Crazy. Okay. So the Bills needed a corner. They got corner. But the Eagles during this time traded up one spot with the Chiefs. Why? What did they trade up one spot for?
They got the 164 and the 32, obviously. But so they moved back one spot and got
what's 164? What round?
5th or 6th?
The Chiefs don't have a 5th or a 6th round pick. They have a first, a second, 2/3, a 4th, no 5th, no 6th, and 3/7. So if you're trading back, but that's the only other reason I could think is the Chiefs had another team potentially willing to trade with them. And the Eagles were afraid of what team that could be, maybe. I'm like really speculating here.
Yeah.
Because the Chiefs, I predicted if the Chiefs traded back, it's because they wanted a 5th or a 6th round pick. They're getting that. But the Eagles are only moving up one spot. That's freaking weird, dude.
Interesting.
It's fine. It's weird. So the Eagles are on the clock, and the Chiefs are now at pick 32, where they're used to picking after winning Super Bowls.
That's why they wanted to pick.
Yeah, that's why.
That's where they're comfortable.
They wanted to trade with the Eagles, who just curb stomped them. Hey, guys. Nah. Who do the Eagles want so bad? They need D-line, cornerback, O-line. Man, that's crazy. Makes sense. Not like the Eagles need O-line. They do not need O-line. They're paying 4 of their O-linemen to big contracts. The question is, why trade up one spot? Were the Chiefs potentially interested in trading back into like early round 2 with somebody else? But the Eagles were afraid like that somebody else could have leapfrogged them for a player that they want. It's not a quarterback. This is weird.
Patrick Mahomes just tweeted emoji, the sunglasses emoji.
Mahomes did?
Yeah. So he knows.
Oh, God bless America.
I feel like it's yeah. Gotta
If
be.
he's tweeting that, is it an O lineman?
That's what it's either O-line or receiver, right?
If he gets more receiver help. Interesting. Yeah, so the Chiefs got, did you say a 5th round?
Yep. 164.
So the Chiefs did not have a 5th round pick or a 6th round pick in this year's draft, and they got one by moving back one spot. I actually don't mind that at all, because whoever they were going to pick at 31 is probably still going to be there at 32. You do trade with the Eagles, so whatever. For the most part, they're not a bother, obviously, unless they stomp you in the Super Bowl. But just they're not in the same conference, you know what I mean?
The Eagles took Jahad Campbell.
Okay.
31.
Okay. Linebacker, yeah. Yeah, Alabama. Okay, so the Eagles took Alabama linebacker Jahad Campbell at 31. Oh, shoot. We standing. Bro, we standing. Okay. Let me fix the screen share real quick, because it's going to look, it's going to look insane. Okay. With that being said, the Chiefs are on the clock right now. Last pick of the first round for the 2025 NFL Draft. The Chiefs traded back one spot to get a 5th round pick. I kind of like that. Now, if you look at like best remaining players and the Chiefs' needs. I mean, I guess you could go corner, but Will Johnson's falling because of the knee. Josh Simmons fell because of the knee. Are they high on him anyway? Brand said trade back 1, get a 5th or a 6th. I'm not mad. Good to fill that gap. Yeah, close to 100 picks of a gap. 100%. Watch them trade out completely. We just streamed for 18 hours. I'm going to smack myself if we draft another petite, speedy wide receiver. Just say no, Patrick. Well, who's the wide receivers? Jaden Higgins. I like him a lot, dude. Bro, if we get Jaden Higgins, I might flip my lid, bro. Luther Burden's available. Trey Harris has been mocked to the Chiefs quite a bit as well. You've got running backs. They met with Travion Henderson on Tuesday. If you want to go O-line, it's either really Josh Simmons or Ursary. I don't know that you take any of these other guys in the first round. Let's look at D-line. Defensive tackle, Darius Alexander, Shamar Turner, Omar Norman Lott. He should be I don't know. Here's what's tough. The Chiefs aren't drafting again until the end of round 2 unless they trade up. So we might be like, there's Mike Green, but they might see something in somebody knowing that they're not going to be available at the end of round 2. And we're all saying, why would they do that? You know what I mean? It's tough to know. Don't read the pick if you know it. Let me know if you see it.
I'm going to let you break it.
I'm not even looking at chat right now. I'm afraid. Oh, shoot.
They took Shador Sanders.
Oh, God, dude. I would turn the stream off. I know you're joking.
I'm definitely joking.
So the Chiefs are on the clock. Last pick. Chiefs are on the clock. Here we go. The Chiefs are, dude, that's a great move. But my question is, what did the Eagles feel the need to trade up one spot for? Were they afraid the Chiefs were potentially trading back further than that, and they were going to lose out on Jahad Campbell? Like, I'm just a little confused, I think, by the Eagles. I would need to text some of my Eagles friends and see, like, I've got a couple content creators that I'm close with to figure out why, in their opinion, the Eagles needed to trade up one spot.
It's funny you say that because Thomas Mott, who's one of those
Yeah,
Eagles
him.
content creators, so he
He's one of
said, rumor has it, Eagles try to trade up to 23 for Jahad Campbell,
Okay.
but he's still there. So yeah, at the time that he tweeted that, and he's still there. So crazy.
Okay. The Chiefs are on the clock. You need O-line, corner, outside receiver, D-line, defensive tackle next to Chris Jones. But, like, the way the board fell, it's just, I just don't know. I would be fine with, like, Jaden Higgins, Luther Burden, Travion Henderson. I mean, they're not mocked a lot in the first round, guys, but they're not going to be there at the end of the second either. That's the problem. Oh, boy. Trade out Veach, Josh Simmons. A lot of people are saying Josh Simmons. I don't know if that's like legit or just a want. Again, if it's Josh Simmons, it makes complete sense. I've talked about him on the channel 15,000 times. He was arguably offensive tackle one of this entire draft class before he tore his patella tendon. That is a very serious injury to bounce back from. And I just shared a tweet from a medical doctor that said he'll probably never be the same. He might lose 10% of who he was. He could bounce back, but he might also never be the same. It's just it's a risk you take. When it's time, I might solo out and we'll react here. James, thanks for the $1.50 after the membership. Let's freaking go, dude. No wide receivers, said James. I would never turn down more weapons for Patrick Mahomes. But if they're high enough on somebody in the trenches, take it. Trenches win championships. But at the same time, like when you look at the wide receiver room for the Chiefs, they have Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy under contract after this year. That's really it. Here we go. Okay, God, dude, the Chiefs are on the clock. Let's go. You're not muted, Troy, just so you know, so you can still chat.
Word.
Travion Henderson or Trey Harris, please, said Andy Beasley with the 2. Trey Harris is absolutely a possibility here. If I just go to overall players that are still remaining, if you want, like, how high are they on some of these edges? I don't know. You got Will Johnson, Mike Green, Josh Simmons. You've got a safety, Nick Emanwari out of South Carolina, Travion Henderson. Remember, the Chiefs had a virtual meeting with him on Tuesday, and Andy Reid was in attendance for that. We have, some nightmares. I don't want to say PTSD because literally CEH struggles with PTSD, but we have nightmares of the last time the Chiefs picked a round 1 running back in the draft. All right? Here we go. We are finally on the clock, said the Chiefs. Finally on the clock. I'm like terrified to look. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't, bro.
Okay. Shoot. Somebody said, what about Pacheco? I mean, he's on the last year of his rookie deal, and then Kareem Hunt's on a 1-year deal, and Elijah Mitchell's on a 1-year deal. Running back is absolutely on the table here. David with the 20 bomb. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. We've probably got, we have 5,200 people in chat right now waiting to see who the Chiefs pick. First round. It's going to be 32nd overall. Pick is in?
Pick is in. We don't know who it is, but
oh,
pick is in.
Shoot. The pick is in. Is it trenches? Is it skilled position, receiver or running back? Do they go corner? Man, you could take best player available. They've put the roster together pretty well in free agency. Shador Sanders will officially not go in round 1. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Well, we know the Chiefs didn't need him. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Mike Green is available. I saw somebody in chat saying, Mike Green, please. They need D-line. Edge, defensive tackle, both of those are fine with me. It's not a lot of guys available on the D-line that's been mocked to the Chiefs round 1. but that's absolutely on the table.
They're taking their sweet time.
Yeah, they are taking their time. Here's the thing. If the Chiefs do not take Josh Simmons here, they are concerned about the medicals long term. He is available, though. Oh, boy. We close. I haven't seen anything on Twitter yet. Bro, if it's Jaden Higgins, if it's Jaden Higgins,
After this pick, should I just lock in on? Maybe you want to just solo out, and I'll just start locking in on
Matthew with
content.
the 2. Wait till round 2 or 3 and take Scattaboo. He could be available 3, 4. Could be Josh Simmons. He's on the board. Got him. The Chiefs are taking offensive linemen. Ohio State's left tackle Josh Simmons. Medicals were totally clean. And now Kansas City adds an elite protector. Left tackle for Patrick freaking Mahomes. Let's go. I am slightly concerned about the medicals. It is why he fell. But if the Chiefs took Josh Simmons at pick 32, which they just did, Josh Simmons is the pick for the Kansas City Chiefs. I've talked about him a piss ton on the channel. There's going to be people concerned. I get it. I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. You protect Patrick Mahomes, you win Super Bowls. You fail to protect Patrick Mahomes, you get your kicked in the Super Bowl. It's that simple. You get a tackle available at the end of round 1 that could be your staple starting right or left tackle for years to come on a cheap rookie deal, which is very hard to do when you're picking at the end of all these rounds. I've been banging on the table for Josh Simmons if they were not super concerned about his medicals. The thing is, you can be a little bit concerned, but you can redshirt him this year because you have Jalen Moore at the left tackle spot. You have Jawan Taylor at the right tackle spot, and people are saying the argument there with Josh Simmons being selected by the Chiefs is why? Waste of a pick. He's not going to play this year. Okay. What happens if Jalen Moore breaks his ankle, God forbid, week 5? I hope not. But we saw all the season-ending injuries last year. Hello, my face is up here. Can you focus? We saw all the season-ending or near season-ending injuries last year for the Kansas City Chiefs. And we can't sit here and pretend all year wanting a left tackle, sick of Mahomes being the most hit, most banged up quarterback just from getting beat up week in and week out in the NFL. And then we can't be upset that they actually do what we've wanted them to do all season long, and that's take a left tackle. I understand the medicals are a bit of a concern, but this was potentially offensive tackle 1 of this draft class before he got injured. Maybe 2. The Chiefs get him. I do not mind the pick. It's not sexy. It's not flashy. Like Jaden Higgins would have been fun. There's some other positions or players rather that would have been fun too. Travion Henderson. Maybe we'll see what happens round 2 for the Chiefs. They could even trade up. You got that. You traded back 1 spot with the Eagles. You traded back 1 spot with the Eagles to get a 5th. You didn't have a 5th. You have a future pick now from Joe Thuney. There are possibilities that could play out where the Chiefs trade up in round 2 and get another guy that they want. They did that with Rashee Rice. They traded up to get Rashee Rice because they were high enough on him to go get him. You can never have enough depth. Trenches win championships. We just saw the Eagles do it. We didn't only just see the Eagles do it with a dominant D-line and a fantastic O-line, but the Chiefs literally got blown out in the Super Bowl because of their O-line having issues. Kingsley, issues. Pulled the plug on him. Wanye was doing okay till he hurt his knee. They didn't like that either. DJ Humphrey signed him. He lasted 3 quarters. Messed up his hamstring. Didn't play again for the rest of the season. Joe Thuney, left guard, kicks out the left tackle, and Mike Caliendo is your left guard. Josh Simmons might not be a huge impact this year, but how often do you get the ability to draft your potential starting staple tackle of the future at the end of round 1. It's very rare. Very, very rare. Mike Tilson with the 23 months. There must be some reason they pick Simmons. They have to believe the injury won't affect his play. Well, they also are in a place where you don't have to have him play now. Some teams are drafting for right now, and I bet you the Chiefs draft for right now with a lot of their other picks. They've got 8 picks. Because they got that 5th round pick, they had 9. Now they have 8. They still have 8 picks in this year's draft. They're in a great spot. The only 2 Super Bowls Chiefs have lost, O-line stunk. Good call, Cole. Let's go 2025. Exactly, Carbon. Thanks for the 5 rather. Appreciate you. Brand with the 5. Josh Simmons plus 5th rounder. Win. A grade, said Brand. Reeps with the 2. Anyone thinks Veach should have drafted Sanders? Sarcasm. Dude, you're crazy. Hannah with the 5. Pat with his sunglasses tweet shows he has confidence in the pick. Doesn't matter what we/others think. What matters is Pat having confidence in his protectors. Let's go, dude. You protect Patrick Mahomes and you win Super Bowls. That's what I'm gonna say. It's that simple. Let's go, man. 8 picks now, including first round. Well, they had 8 going into the draft. They then traded back 1 and got an extra pick. They have a second. Let me just do my math. I don't want to sound matter of fact. They have a second, 2/3, a 4th, a 5th, and 3/7. Yeah, you got 8 picks left. You've got 8 picks left. When you traded back with the Eagles, obviously you had 9. Then you took your pick. Yeah, Chiefs are in a good spot, man. I don't really know, looking at the board, who else you would have really, really wanted there because of how it fell. Like, Nolan was gone. Harmon was gone. Josh Connerly Jr., the Chiefs might have been high on him. He was gone. Kind of a surprise pick, sort of, to the Commanders. Fresh with the 2. This was the best pick. Franchise tackle, big fan. Got to get it. You got to do it. Phil said big brain pick. Great pick, said Mo. What did we just spend all this money on a tackle for? I mean, all this money, $15 million a year for 2 years. You can get out of Jawan Taylor's contract next year. You can't pay, unless you're the Eagles and want to kick the money down the road, you can't pay everybody on your O-line. Like, you've got to try to make some happen on a rookie deal. Kingsley could be the guard. We'll see. I'll bet anything. When they ask Andy about Josh Simmons, he'll say he has good feet. Yeah, we know some of Andy's answers already. Has Shador been taken? No, he did not make it in round 1. He's still there. We needed a good tackle. This was a solid pick. Yep. How many draft picks can we get for Sky Moore? I think we might have to... I don't want to be too rude. I was going to say I think we might have to give somebody a draft pick, but that was mean. Maybe somebody would want to take a chance on him. We'll see. Hannah with the 2, 4K in chat and 1,000 likes. Slap the like button. Yeah, let me know if you like the pick. Red Pill with the 10 bomb. First year I've actually paid attention to the actual analytics in the NFL, and it's because of you. I'm excited. You worry, I worry. Salute, brother. Hey, Red Pill, I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. If I could help you guys understand a little bit more, that's a win in my book, and I'm still learning every day along with you guys. So I don't know more than a lot of people. But I do know that the Chiefs liked Josh Simmons. I've talked a lot about Josh Simmons, being able to get him in the first round. That is an excellent pick. I love that. I thought that we would trade up and get Josh Simmons, but you actually traded down and got him. That's a win. Like, you thought, hey, you might have to leapfrog over the Texans at 24, right? Which would have been with the Vikings to get Simmons. Well, instead, you traded back a spot. You got a 5th round pick. And you got Josh Simmons. Heck yeah, absolutely excellent. He can redshirt this year if he needs to. Make sure that his knee is healthy. And also be valuable depth. If he has to fill in for Jalen Moore midway through the season because Moore tweaks his calf or his hamstring, I mean, Josh Simmons will be ready. I don't know if he'll be fully ready by camp or not, but this is great. I'm very happy with it. It's not a quote-unquote sexy pick. I don't know that we care, though, if the Chiefs are hoisting up another Lombardi. Hopefully they do it. But if you protect Patrick Mahomes, it's a pretty good chance that happens again. How many rounds are tomorrow? Second and third round, Josh, tomorrow. Josh Simmons was the best tackle in the draft without injury. That's a W. Plus, he can play for Jawan Taylor after his contract. 100%, Carter. 100%. Any chance we get Luther Burden, you think? There's a chance, Darren. He does play quite a bit in the slot, and I think the Chiefs need an outside receiver. But there is a chance, especially if they want a receiver round 2 and some of the other guys are gone. It's a possibility for sure. Great pick. Now he can develop behind Moore and get really healthy. Exactly. John said plus KU Med Center is nearby. He'll be ready. Heck yeah. Not feeling it, said Prime. We drafted a player if someone else gets hurt, and even then, is he an elite level? No. If he was, you'd be starting him with that question. Well, his knee, bro. He had a season-ending knee injury, and he's not going to be ready until maybe training camp, maybe preseason. And the fact that you have Jalen Moore on a 2-year deal allows you to redshirt him if you need to. So, banger of a trade, free loot, baby, said Gunter with the 5. Let's freaking go, dude. TSM Potato said your dynasty is over. Okay. Brett is a genius. Add another pick and still got the future pick. Heck yeah. Simmons is lifting weights right now? Probably. Would be very crazy if we didn't have to trade up for Burden. That'd be nice. Heck yeah. You can tell I'm growing when I don't argue with the trolls. I had a few things to say, but it's just like, why? Why argue with people that have IQ levels probably that of a squirrel in my backyard? It's unfruitful and not worth it to me. Imagine Simmons and then Judkins. Heck yeah, dude. I would take it. Jaden Higgins and Landon Jackson for 2 and early 3. I don't know. I think Jaden Higgins is going to be gone like early in the second. I could be wrong though. Room temp IQ, not worth it. True. Heck yeah, man. I didn't see Simmons' reaction. Me neither yet. Any chance we get Trey? Yeah, Trey Harris has been mocked to the Chiefs quite a bit. He's a possibility. We need D-line. Yeah, so this is a very deep defensive line class, particularly at the edge. Per the words of Brett Veach himself, basically, I think a lot of their top guys, their true round 1 grades were gone. They're going to get D-line. They're probably going to get defensive tackle. They're probably going to get edge, defensive end. Some people don't like the term edge. Okay, I get it. Not really, but it's fine. Yeah, they're gonna dip into the D-line for sure. Wide receiver, cornerback probably as well. This is gonna happen. And they now have a 5th. You traded back 1 and you got a 5th. Let's go. What position is Trey Harris? Wide receiver. We need cornerback too? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mentioned that just now, but you were probably already typing that when I said that. Where did I get my shirt? This is from Made Mob. The back, it got stuff on the back too. Ooh. Mike Green going to the Titans probably. Yeah, he was one of the top guys available. For sure, he was an option. Flip with the 10, regardless if Josh Simmons plays in year 1 or not. He has, Jalen Moore to watch and learn from. We gained picks, and we filled a much-needed long-term position. Win-win. Let's freaking go. 1,000%. Heck yeah, bro. I can't believe they just gave us a 5th. I guess like the Eagles were just worried that he wasn't going to be available. I don't really understand. Without knowing their thought process, it's tough to know because maybe the Chiefs were going to be fine to trade back 1 or 2 picks into the early second and take Josh Simmons. But the Eagles were potentially fearful if they traded with somebody else that they would not get. Was it Jahad Campbell? Troy? Yeah, Jahad Campbell. So maybe they weren't sure if they were going to be able to get him or not, and they really wanted the guy. Will Johnson falls to the second round. Talk about Sanders all you want, but Will Johnson was a top 15 pick in this draft. Yeah, so apparently Will Johnson is dealing with a concerning knee issue that's caused him to fall in the draft. I don't understand exactly what's going on there. Will Johnson is a future all-pro corner, and this team's passing on him. Will Johnson hurt himself during the Texas game, chasing down a ball carrier and tackling him to prevent a touchdown. You don't fall this far because of sitting games. Yeah, so Will Johnson has this knee issue that has concerned some NFL teams and explains why he has not been selected. So that's that when it comes to Will Johnson. Why Eagles trade? We have linebackers. Veach equals magic. Yeah, I didn't understand it at first, and I still don't understand it from their perspective. Again, unless the Chiefs were going to trade out around 1 and the Eagles were just afraid they weren't going to get Campbell, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But then you traded back 1 pick. You knew the Eagles didn't need O-line. They have 4 O-linemen signed to big long-term deals, or one of them, is it Lane Johnson's on a 1-year? The rest are on multi-year deals. You knew they didn't need O-line. Justin with the 5, love the Simmons pick, a bit selfish as a Tech fan, but I'm hoping we pick up Taj Brooks. Would love to see a Red Raider connection. Yeah, man, I'm very intrigued to see what happens tomorrow because the Chiefs have a 2nd and 2/3. We're getting 3 draft picks tomorrow, in theory, from the Chiefs, unless they trade up or they do something. Hannah with the 5 said, I just heard Andy Reid's presser. He said Rick and medical team put Josh Simmons through extensive testing and his injury is healing well. He could be at rookie minicamp. Let's go. Heck yeah. The free 5th is sneaky, one of the best parts of day 1 for any team. Yeah, because remember, the Chiefs didn't have a 5th or a 6th. You had a 1st, a 2nd, 2/3, a 4th, and 3 7ths. No 5th, no 6th. They got a 5th. And Josh Simmons, the guy they probably wanted all along. Maybe they wanted Josh Connerly Jr., maybe, but he went 29th to the Commanders. Boom, let's go. We need a safety. Yeah, you can't rule that out either. I know you lost Justin Reed, but remember, they got arguably the best safety of last year's draft class in Jaden Hicks. And then you signed Mike Edwards, a veteran, to kind of fill in. You also have Brian Cook and Shamari Connor, who you should probably pull out of the slot and move him back to safety as well. Oscar with the 10. Mahomes and Andy Reid can turn Walmart cart pushers into productive pieces in their offense. Plug and play style. We needed O-line help to make magic happen again. Solid pick tonight. Let's freaking go. Exactly, Oscar. Thank you so much for the 10 bomb, man. And here's the thing. If the Chiefs wouldn't have picked Josh Simmons, I don't think I would be mad. It would have said, hey, they are concerned about his medicals because they brought him in for a top 30 visit, evaluated him, and if they would have said, nah, we're not feeling that, I would have been fine with them passing on him. Like I just would have understood. I might have been a little disappointed, but I would have rathered just opt to trust Brett Veach and the medical staff there. What grade would you give this pick? I would probably give this pick a B+. I mean, there's still some potential what ifs about his injury history, but the fact that you also traded back 1 pick and got a 5th, B+, A, like somewhere right around there. It's hard to give. It's hard for me to really put it into the A category just because we don't know what Simmons is going to completely be like after his knee injury. But the fact that he can redshirt underneath, behind, whichever phrasing you want to use, under or behind Jalen Moore, like it just makes it's like not a stressful pick for the Chiefs. I had them trading back to get a 5th or a 6th in our Zooms, but I didn't have them staying in the 1st and also getting that. Heck yeah. We'll take it. Who had the best draft? Well, we got to wait. Round 1 on its own is tough. Yeah, round 1 on its own is tough. Let's go, man. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out. We've been live for 4 hours. I'm going to jump off here, and I got to make a video for Cole Breaks a Huddle, my second channel, covering the biggest surprises of round 1. I'm also going to make a video on the Josh Simmons pick and how the Chiefs did with that. Give my thoughts for the rest of the draft as well. So I'm going to give my thoughts on that after I listen to a couple pressers from Andy Reid. I think Brett Veach is going to speak here soon. So I'm going to take notes on all that, get a video out super late. But I appreciate y'all. Troy, you want to say goodbye?
Yes, sir. All right.
There goes my hero.
Peace, guys. It's been fun hanging out. Night 1. Let's go, man.
Let's freaking go.
Appreciate you having me. Peace.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the dono bombs. Thanks for the mods holding it down. We'll be back with video tonight, another video tonight on the other channel, 2 shorts tomorrow. We're then going live for night 2 of the NFL draft, and we will drop content after that as well. We are in the thick of it right now. We'll just put it that way, but I appreciate y'all. I I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. This is what I want to do. And the fact that we get to talk Chiefs, talk NFL for a living, man, it's not lost on me. Appreciate y'all. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.